Yeah, I be off of that. Yeah, I be toking on pressure. That pressure. That pressure.
Uncle Harold, them had the front. Auntie Helen, them over there. Auntie Joanne stayed. Moved out here.
So what is it left to prove? Still don't trip, I will never lose. I do me, you, I never do. You look invisible, bet I'm invisible. Fly individual. Individuality is the principle. Only a necessary pun intended. Who reaching the pinnacle, teaching the principle, teachers and principles. I say, what do we listen to? I say, what did this system do? What did the prison do? We thinking too fucking minimalistic. A life that we live and be incomprehensible. This shit is critical.
Good.
Yeah,
Cool. All right, let's get to it, man. All right. 2024, man. We're going to start off the year. Podcast, Local Legends. First guest. Man, this was tough. This is real family. This is my little cousin. Somebody I respect a lot. Someone I grew up with. Someone I admire, outside of the football field. Great father, young father like myself. And I feel like we've been, doing this thing together. We always reflect on life with each other. We come to each other about a lot of things outside of sports throughout the year. So this is a big one for me to start my podcast, something that's, new for me. Stepping out on faith. I don't like to speak in public, don't like to speak to crowds. So for me to do this is big, man. And for little cuz to be the first person to come on, to make sure I get this journey, kicked off the right way, that's big, man. I sure appreciate you, cuz.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's talk about Local Legends. This is going to be mainly on sports, but we're going to bring in athletes to talk about their upbringing, talk about their glory days in sports, from youth all the way through pros if they made it that far. We're going to talk about, real life events, the ups, the downs of being an athlete, and just living. We're gonna talk. We're gonna keep it real. We're gonna try to be as truthful as possible, and we're gonna have fun with it, man. Throughout each episode, we will be doing a drink review. As you can see today, the drink of choice is none other than Remy Martin. We have a few selections, but what we're gonna focus on today is Cellar 16 by Remy Martin. Started off with that, man. We're gonna do a first toast, man, ever on the podcast.
Cuz no, I ain't no big drinker, but I'm gonna do it for him.
Do it for me, cuz. I appreciate you. Ain't gonna lie, man. I've had pretty much any Remy Martin I think that's came out. I've had them all. I've had Louis 13 shots downtown here, locally in Lakeland. Shout out to Solomon, the owner of the lounge down there. Shot on the house for my boy. But Cellar 16 from the cruise ship. If you ever go on a cruise ship or you ever go abroad, when you get to those stores where you can buy, the duty-free stores, make sure you check out this. It come in a liter, very reasonable price. It's under $90. Very, very smooth. When it hits you, it ain't hot like normal cognac. It actually got a little chill to it. And this has never been in the refrigerator, never been in the freezer. This has been on the shelf actually underneath for at least 2 or 3 years. I ain't been on a cruise in a while, so very top shelf right there for me at a reasonable price. All right, man, let's get to it, cuz. Let's discuss your upbringing. Parents, siblings, hometown, things of that nature.
Man, shoot. So, just a lot of people obviously, know me from being from Lakeland and whatnot. I actually wasn't born in Lakeland. I was born in Orlando. So I was born in West Orlando, man, and I was able to play with the Washington Shores Raiders my first year playing football. Actually, how this thing even went, I was at summer camp and I was 6 years old, and the guy came in with the Washington Shores Raiders and was like, "Hey, man, I want y'all to think about being cheerleaders or football players for the Washington Shores Raiders." So at the same time he was leaving my summer camp, my dad was picking me up. So I told my dad, I said, "Hey, man, I wanna play football." And they're gonna do right there. So we go up to the dude And my dad was like, hey, you know, how old you gotta be to be able to play football in y'all league? And the dude was like 7. At the time, I was 6. So my dad looked down at me. He was like, he looked up at the coach. He was like, oh, he's 7. So, all right, boom. So every day we would go to practice, he would say, it would be in the car, he would look at me and say, hey, remember you 7. And I'm like, all right. So we rocking out. So every day he told me I was 7. I didn't know until I was adult that he did something on my birth certificate and made me 7.
If you know Bruce, you know this is a real story, man. Like Bruce gonna make sure it happens.
So I remember the first day of practice, like it wasn't like with no pass or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking we go out there, we're gonna be in pass, you feel me? But you know, you got the conditioning and the preparation before the season. So I'm out there and we doing 6 inches. And if anybody don't know what 6 inches is, it's basically an ab workout where you lay all the way flat on your back and you know, you lift your feet up 6 inches off the ground. It'll give you a nice lower ab workout. And I remember they were, you know, had us, you know, open your legs together, open them together. And I looked over my left shoulder and I say, Dad, I don't want to do this. I'm ready to go home.
First day.
Yeah, first day. And my dad looked at me. He said, you told me you wanted to play?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I signed you up. You gonna play.
You gonna play.
And I'm glad he did that because that, you know, that right there is kind of like ingrained in my mind to kind of always remember. You know, and it made me think about, I think about it way deeper than just that first day of football.
Yeah.
I think about that as life. It's like when you step into something, you say you're going to do something.
You got to finish.
You got to do it. You got to finish it.
Yeah.
Right? So I moved here in 1995. You know, I was 7 years old. I just turned 7.
So the next year, basically.
Yeah. So December 95 as we moved here.
Okay.
So as soon as that football season was over, we moved to Lakeland. Had a friend in the neighborhood. He was like, "Hey man, you wanna go down here and play with my boys?" And I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "This man Tebow."
Yeah.
At the Tebow house. And that's when I met Tebow and Bud, man. And met them in 1995, and just, you know, everybody just family. You know what I mean? On my dad's side, you know, he kind of introduced me to everybody who was kind of like family and whatnot. In the Lakeland side, because my dad from Lakeland, so. I grew up here, man, and you know, any way you look, it's gonna say from Lakeland for real. You know what I mean? Because I just embraced Lakeland as my hometown because that's where everything got popping at as far as like in football and life. You know what I mean? And, you know, outside of sports, you know, everything just kind of the city of Lakeland kind of basically made me.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Now I know you did say you started football at 6. Is that your first sport? Because I know we played a little baseball coming up. So.
Yeah, so my dad was military, and when I was younger, he still was active. So my first sport was T-ball.
Gotcha.
And then I played over there. And then I played the Jackie Robinson League in Orlando too. And then I moved over here. Oh no, before that too. Before he finagled the birth certificate, I had to play soccer for a year.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I just remember being in the car with my mom, especially in baseball, because baseball they put me at pitcher in T-ball.
Got you.
Hit the ball to the pitcher. I ain't throwing it to first base.
You going to get him?
Yeah, because he gonna drop it.
I can see that.
So I ain't finna throw it to first base. I'm finna get it and I'm gonna go tag him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? In basketball, my dad used to tell me don't pass it to them because they ain't finna score. So guess what? I'm not finna pass it to them. I'm gonna double dribble. I'm gonna try what. At 5-6 years old, I'm gonna do everything I possibly can to make this basket because my daddy said don't pass it to him. My mom used to be mad at that. My daddy said nah. So yeah, man, I played baseball too as well. So and soccer a little bit, but also basketball on the base as well. So
gotcha.
I was kind of well rounded with the sports.
Definitely a good basketball player. I can contest. Baseball, for me, I'm gonna ask you this because I know you're known for football and I'm known for football.
Yeah.
But truly, and I made this clear to anybody I talk to about sports, baseball was my first love with sports. Right. I started baseball young. I started football older than normal. Yeah. You know, being late middle school, almost a teenager when I picked up organized football. I played football my whole life, but in the neighborhood. Organized with equipment, with coaches. I was older to be starting sports. Most people start at 5, 6, 7. Right. I started at 12 and to be 13 years old. Right. So baseball, my first love. Is football your first love with sports, or do you got another sport?
It's always been football. And,
gotcha.
You know, unfortunately, I wasn't like the biggest. You know what I'm saying? So I think my first memory of like playing like real, like not organized football, but football in general is like when we lived in Orlando, because we lived in apartments.
Gotcha.
And it was just me, my mom, and my dad, because my brother wasn't born yet. So we would just go outside, like in between the buildings. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So all the kids in the neighborhood. One thing about my dad is like he never made like, you know, growing up, I had a basketball goal, I had a baseball, I had a football, I had everything obviously that I needed, bro. So I wouldn't have to ask nobody to borrow their stuff.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I mean? So in the neighborhood, everybody knew that, so they'd come down our building and whatnot. And I can just remember being like the youngest one, the smallest one, like always. Just going out there playing football like with older kids. So I think that kind of like helped me advance to be better than the dudes my age, because I was so used to playing with dudes that was older and bigger. You see what I'm saying? And that's when it kind of, like my dad like to tell the story like how he used to, you know, he'd throw the football and I'm diving still. Like I'm 3 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
going after.
Yeah, just trying to make sure I caught the ball. Like you don't see most kids doing that. And I think that, you know, again, being able to be with that older crowd kind of helped me out a little bit.
Definitely. Coming up, who would you say was your role model? In sports or in life, or if you had one for both?
It's now that I'm an adult, man, it's my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you sit back and think about all the stuff that my dad was able to sacrifice and able to do for me to be able to do what I want to do.
Definitely.
Which is one of the things, what I do with my kids is like, whatever I need to do, if I need to, you know, work extra or do some stuff that I don't like, even though it's going to bring me some bread, you know what I'm saying? And make sure we all straight, you know, with my wife and whatnot, I'm going to do it. But, you know, sports-wise, man, it's a plethora of different people, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, from the Deion Sanders to, you know, the football to, you know, the John Smokes, the Glavins, all in the baseball, the Ken Griffey Jr.'s and all them. Basketball, you know, obviously everybody like Jordan, but I'm a Magic.
Yeah.
So I was in Orlando when 95 Penny, Shaq, Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott.
So they're right there.
Tree Rollins and all them dudes who made kind of the original Orlando Magic good. Yeah. I grew up, you know what I'm saying, watching them. So, you know, I can remember being 5 years old at the gym and where the Magic practice at and getting to meet Shaq.
Got you.
Because my dad used to play basketball in the morning, pick up basketball at the gym, and he knew the dude. And, you know, telling Shaq, I'm staying with you. My dad's I remember Shaq distinctly saying, you know, you got to listen to your parents.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know what I mean? That's like ingrained in me, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's it, man.
I mean, I can contest. Like I said, we grew up around each other. We played, you know, in the same youth league. I'm a little older, so I always was a little bit above in the age group, but I seen Bruce there. I know what type of father Bruce was. You know, most of us didn't have that, but Bruce was there.
Yeah.
Every practice, every game, like everything was Ahmad. You know, before AJ came, I know you mentioned your brother not being born, but before AJ came, everything was about Ahmad, man. And I can contest to that. Definitely, I'm glad you said that, because I asked both, because for me, I tell people that my grandparents, you know, just seeing them work for pennies, raising everybody's kids, those are my true role models. But in sports, I have, you know, different people. Sean Taylor not that much older than me, but I respect the bruh so much in high school, in college, to where it's like I start, you know, like, dang, man, this dude is great in sports. Not more like life, but for as life, Ken Griffey, that's why I wore 3. That's why I love 24, because of that dude. That was my sports role model. Coming up, I'm talking 5, 6 years old. Ken Griffey, I wanted to be that dude, bro, but obviously I chose football over that path, so that's why I asked on both sides. For me, I ain't gonna speak on this. I'm gonna let you answer. Would you consider yourself a stud in Little League sports or a regular guy?
It's funny because I can remember being, man. Oh man, so playing with like the Lumberjacks, man, and, you know, just doing stuff like at the Boys and Girls Club where they took us to the football game, took us to the Bucks game one time. And, you know what I mean? Just, you know, if you was to sit down on that group of kids, and I think you know, I've been there before, and they said, hey, you know, what y'all want to do when y'all get older? You know what I mean? Yeah, when y'all want to play NFL, everybody gonna raise their hand, and not knowing that I'm the only one out of everybody who raised their hand literally is gonna make it.
That 1 percentile, it's just, very small group.
It's wild to me, bro. Yeah. But you know, now again, like as I'm an adult now, and I look back, I was kind of like really, like not light years better than everybody, but I was probably top 3 on every single team, every sport I ever played in.
I ain't saying it just because you're here. You the first guest. I'm going to have more people. I got people lined up, but I'm going to speak from being there. You know what I'm saying? I have to agree. Like, definitely one of the top on every team I saw you play on, man. It's like we knew from a young age, this small kid, undersized, not super fast.
Yeah.
This dude is like different. Like, it was kind of like crazy because, you know, we found, but we started liking each other through sports, through, like you said, being out there. Even before I started playing, like I said, I started a little later, but I was always around the Lumberjacks. Every practice, every game, but my mom wouldn't sign me up. I don't know if she was scared or she didn't want to put the time into it. They didn't sign me up until later, until coaches started paying for me. That's old now. It's not illegal nowadays. Yeah. But I was there, man. I remember you would always come up to me, ask about my opinion because you saw me playing behind the stadiums before games, after games. Like, people knew I could play. Everybody, I would say I would get picked first or second every time. So I remember you just
we back there playing with the water bottle.
Anything. Put a little dirt in the bottle.
Dirt in the bottle, and then you know what I'm saying. And then now I got a little. You know what I'm saying.
We gonna get it in, man.
Yeah, bro. They don't know nothing about that now because I don't even think these kids play throwback no more, man. I think them days is kind of fading away, unfortunately.
For you, growing up, and who you seen, I mean, I'll leave it open. Who's the best Little League athlete
I seen
that you've seen yourself?
Sheesh. Oh man.
Two major cities for football now. We talking Florida. We from Florida. We in Lakeland, Florida, Orlando, Florida. So we talking a major football state. So this is big.
Because I'm going to be biased, bro, and I don't want to be biased, but I'm going to tell you what, bro. I've seen a lot of dudes play, and this is what that people don't talk about because he done did so much after that.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the Chris Rainey that was on the Predators.
Got you.
Was unbelievable, bro.
Got you.
And I'm not playing, bro. And they had a team full of studs, but I am telling you, that is when Chris Rainey started being Chris Rainey.
I know that Chris Rainey. I know Chris Rainey with the Holy Predators jersey, no undershirt, walking around the neighborhood.
That's it, bro. Like, I played against Rainey. He was on the Patriots back then, and the Gators. I played against Rainey. But when he got on the Predators, it was like
he knew.
All right, this is when he started. That's when he had a mustache and he was in Little League.
Yeah. People thinking he older, but he
ain't though. He ain't. You know what I mean?
I know that, Rainey, man. I remember they would give us jerseys on Fridays to go to Lakeland games. So you see everybody out there with their jerseys. Rainey would never have on an undershirt.
Nah, he gonna put the jersey on.
Long V-neck, old school jersey. Yes. I'm like, Rainey, how you got your jersey all week, bro? Bro, ran to school Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Like, come on, Rainey.
Rainey, man, gonna have it on. And then look, he gonna laugh about it when you ask him about it.
I can't even argue that Rainey one, man. It's some guys.
There's some dudes that are really, really tough.
Rainey was.
You got your Keons, you got your Jada Vaults, and you got. You know, even Kuna and Rashay and Hot Rod, and I could just keep going on. Jamal Grimsley. I could go on and on.
But Randy was different.
Terrence Wilson was really good in Little League.
Yeah, definitely.
Chief was decent in Little League too. Randolph Island, Dez Dobie, Jamal Taylor.
A lot of people don't respect Randolph, man. Like, I never hear Randolph. I'm glad you said that because Randolph, my teammate from Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
And I played in the backfield with Randolph. I played with Keon, who you just named. We played against Jay. Man, Randolph Allen, one of the guys from our group, went Division I. Walk on or not. You don't walk on at Miami, Florida State, Florida, Texas, Alabama's, and you're not decent.
Yeah.
This kid was at Florida State, bro,
Yeah.
all 4 years. And when I hear people talk about Little League, I never hear nobody mention Randolph Allen. And I played Power 5. I look at guys who was on my team and who I played against, and I'm like, bro, Randolph is still, to this day, one of the best dudes I ever played with. And nobody here locally mentioned him. And I think I know why. Because I realized, especially with social media and how popularity works, it's a popularity contest and everything. Whether you're in the workforce, you're in sports, that's just, it's rule, it's key now. Randolph was very quiet.
Yeah,
he was never into the crowd. He was never the one that, and his name wasn't buzzing, I would say. He wasn't popular, but that dude was an animal, man.
He broke his arm or something.
He did get hurt. He got hurt, matter of fact.
That's what slowed him up.
You mentioned Terrence Wilson. The year that Terrence Wilson broke his ankle, we broke Terrence's ankle the same week that Randolph broke his arm. So it's like Pee-wee. We was on Pee-wees, me and Lee them. We lost Randolph, and JV, Terrence them lost JV. Yeah. So both number 5s. That's why I'll never forget it because of the numbers. And you talking their best player. And arguably, we had about 6 or 7 studs, but he was one of the 5 or 6.
I remember that.
Yeah, I definitely, bro. I'm glad you said that, man. That was my guy, to be honest. So now that you say Chris Rainey, I mean, we all know Chris Rainey. What's your relationship with Chris Rainey and what he doing nowadays, if you know?
I talk to Chris probably about a good hot one or 2 times a week.
That's what's up.
And just try to be just an extra positive light on Rainey. I know you probably want to get him on the show, so I ain't gonna tell his story too much. But Rainey, one of those guys who really ain't have much. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we jokingly laugh with Rainey about Rainey because I know if he was here, he would be laughing too.
He gonna tell you the truth.
So yeah, but you know his story is really a story that can really touch a lot of people.
Definitely.
And to see where he came from and to where he is now, it'll really just you'll think anything is possible.
Yeah, for real.
And right now he lives in Ocala, man. He got his track team going, and he was coaching his son in Little League football. So he got a lot of positivity going on. But again, you know, I ain't gonna tell the story too much. But yeah, he doing good, man.
Hey man, baby Rainey, be on the lookout. He sent me videos. One thing he gonna do, he gonna send them videos. He gonna check up on you. That's my guy.
For sure.
He sent me some videos. Baby Rainey doing backflips in the end zone and stuff. I'm like, whoa, come on, he a freak already.
He for real, bro. Like
I see it.
I seen Rainey. This was Rainey all the way. I was at his house one day and his son just ran to the couch and did a backflip, and I'm like, nah, bro.
He sent me videos. I'm like, man,
bro. Yeah, so
I'm gonna ask you one last thing about that time period. What was your dream job like around that age? I know you said everybody raised their hand, so obviously you kind of already touched on it. You knew from day one that's what you wanted to be an NFL guy.
And I don't like to sound cliche, dog, because so many people say, "Hey, man, I want to be in the league."
Yeah.
And I would just keep it a buck, because Jeremy always asked me. He always, him and Rourke, and they'd be like, "When did you know you was gonna go to the league?"
Yeah.
I just always kept that dream, and I had a kid at 15, so it was like that dream kind of like shot a little bit when that happened, and I just was more focused on. I almost quit sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make sure that I did the right thing. And I didn't even know at the time, being 15, that sports was the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just kept playing, and then like every time I play, I would play well. Mm-hmm. Every time I go out there, I'm playing well. Playing well, and then it just. I'm just focused on playing, not where it is gonna lead me to.
Yeah. And
I think that ultimately led me to where I need to be.
I think
like the league wasn't even. Yes, as a kid, throwing the ball to my own self, bro. You drop back, throw it, run, catch it, and do all of that. Everybody did that, but then like outside of that, I ain't think about it.
Yeah, for real.
I just go because I want to play football. I'm gonna be the best player I can. Not trying to be the best on the team, but the best I can. And I'm gonna play basketball the best I can. And then and a lot of that had to do with the people around me who I was playing with. Mm-hmm. Because I was also so competitive that I want to be able to have the conversations with my friends and my family and my boys that, when we talk about, who the best or who did the best today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I go to the top of the house and hear about the 5.
Yeah.
And they age group above us, and I gotta tell them what we did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I gotta make sure I got good enough stories to keep up with their stories. You know what I'm saying? So that all just came with playing well.
I'm glad you stuck to it, man, especially being 15 with a kid. Most people, I ain't gonna say give up, but it's kind of like their life as a, I don't want to say a human, but as a human stops, because once you have a kid, society tell us, drop everything and be a parent.
Right.
But I'm glad you continue to chase your dreams, because not only does that inspire your kid, it helps you, you know, as a human to persevere, and it shows other young parents like no matter what, you can go through things and you can overcome. You can still continue your dreams. You can have your kid; they can continue their dreams.
Right.
So the success that comes with that, you know, obviously going off, continuing, you went to the highest level with this thing. So it's like your daughter was able to see, okay, no matter what my dad went through, he was able to persevere and continue.
Right.
So it
Right.
helps her, and you can help other people with that, man. So I'm glad you did continue to, you know,
Absolutely.
chase your dream. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to high school, man. Let's discuss high school, that teenage life. I know you talked to us about coming from Orlando to Lakeland, Little League. Let's get into the high school, that teen life. Obviously, you already told us you're a 15-year-old father. Now we're gonna get into sports and high school level. Where did you play at? What sports did you play?
Yeah, man. So, you know, obviously going in high school, I seen all of you guys. Because I was the smallest out of everybody, youngest out of everybody. Go to George Jenkins, which the school that I'm zoned for. Mm-hmm. And you know, obviously, I was down at the top of them house every day, and you know, seeing y'all now. You know, we always congregate at Miss Baby house. We sitting out there on the bricks, telling stories like always. And it just in my mind, bro. Just hearing my dad, because he went to Kathleen with Ray Lewis' dad, and you know, that whole thing, and wrestled with him. You know, just all I knew, you know, my older brothers and sisters, majority went to Kathleen. I'm like, all right, I'm going to Kathleen because that's what I'm on a 5. That's usually what they do.
Especially our area.
Yeah, so, and it's right up the road.
Yeah.
It just never dawned on me to go to George Jenkins, which ain't nothing against George Jenkins.
It's just a new school,
Yeah.
our side of town,
Yeah.
we're used to it before the zoning. I get it. I trust you. I get it.
Again, when we talk about like going professional and stuff,
Yeah.
at that time, you don't
have nobody.
You see what I'm saying?
You barely had guys who've been Division I at that time.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm just trying to see the bigger picture and everything with it. So I decided to go to Kathleen. Now, the issue with that is, you know, we started putting in paperwork to go to Kathleen when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I got like anything that would come home with George Jenkins, we wouldn't even address it. You know what I'm saying?
Not even going there.
No, even though I'm zoned there.
Again, if you know Bruce Black, that's out of the question.
Yeah, it's not happening, bro. So I end up going to Kathleen, and then, you know, in the summer workouts, I remember we had a summer workout, and I was going, Laurent Shaw used to come pick me up for basketball.
Yeah.
And, you know, he'd come scoop me up for basketball, and then the other days it'd be football, you know, going there, workout and whatnot. And then I came home from football workout one day, and it was like, they called and said I was ineligible.
Freshman year, can't play sports.
So I'm trying to figure out what do they mean by ineligible, and the part that meant the most to me was I couldn't play.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Regardless of what the reason is, y'all telling me who a kid has been playing football or basketball or baseball or some type of sport since I was probably maybe 4 or 5 years old, and now I can't play for 365 days because I decided to go to a school
right up the road
that I'm not zoned for. That's right up the road.
You talking to school I can get to on a bike in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
A car 3 minutes.
And yeah.
There's one turn. You go up your road and you make a left, and you at Kathleen.
They just added another street light, but it's one street light.
Yeah.
That I would have to go
before the new one at the new intersection.
Before the new one that they got at Wabash now.
Yeah.
So when that happened, you know, a little bit past all that, what went down. You know what I mean? Obviously, it was tough for me. Being that I couldn't play sports for 365 days, regardless of what sport it was, you know, that was hard, man. I think that was hard, and that was probably at that time one of the hardest things I had to deal with in my life. Just trying to get over that part.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that was before I had my daughter, so you know, just trying to get that all figured out. And ninth grade was tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Because then at the end of ninth grade is when I had my daughter,
So you come on after ninth grade, because a lot of us, you know, we don't have to deal with that now. We see social media, we can see people all in California, Utah, everywhere. We see kids go where they want. You can play sports today, football today, here, and in the same school year, you can go and play baseball or basketball here, however you have it. So they didn't deal with what we dealt with as far as zoning. Just to give y'all a geographic on it, you're talking to a kid who's on 10th Street, like you said, one street light away, 3 minutes away in the car ride at max. That's with the school traffic.
That's everything.
Yeah. Or he could walk. If you talking old days, he would have been a walker or a bike rider, compared to going 40 minutes south to a side of town around neighborhoods and kids, people he's just not familiar with.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense that they were zoning us the way they were. But a lot of our parents, you know, made us just go to the zone schools because they knew the percentage with dropouts. For you to be strong enough mentally at that age, and, you know, lucky you had good parents. I know your parents, they were on you because, man, in our community without sports, most people drop out.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I salute you on that, to just keep your mental together to sit out. I couldn't have sat out a year of high school.
Man, so
I couldn't have sat out a year of sports in high school.
It was tough, man. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know. It's kind of like what went on behind the scenes, though. Like, you know, I was being a little bit defiant that year, man. My grades had slipped a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my dad had threatened to even not let me play spring going into 10th grade, so the end of 9th grade. But you know, I they knew I was a kid, bro, and just trying to get it figured out, trying to feel out my way through this high school thing. It just hit a roadblock immediately.
Yeah.
Before I even stepped in there for the first day of school, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, sophomore year came up, man, and that whole in a nutshell how I even began to play football, like as far as like starting, was wild too. You know what I mean? So
let's get into 10th grade. You end up being in eligible 9th grade. How 10th grade went?
So
where
I'm
you
at
play
Kathleen, and
Kathleen. Now you talking? It's prestigious. You got pros that went there. You got Ray Lewis.
Yeah, you got Ray Lewis, and you know you got Ettingers, you got Clark, you got
some guys.
Freddie Mitchell.
Yeah.
Jamal McClellan, Dominique Day. I mean, it's plenty. You know, Chris Richard, basketball. You know, so I go there. You know, and now fast forward. You know, I played okay in spring. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing corner. So then we get. I think we had a kid that was starting. I think LaDonnie was starting at safety.
Got you.
LaDonnie was starting at safety, and then with LeVar.
Oh yeah.
And then Twan Nelson and Ronnie Callaway was at corner.
Yeah.
And then I think something happened with Donnie, so he couldn't play. Mm-hmm. And then they moved Ronnie Callaway
to safety.
No, they kept him there. They kept him there. That's right. Oh, they might have moved him to safety. They might have moved him to safety.
I know the year before our freshman year, Twan played corner. He played as a freshman.
I can't remember it because it was the one I'm finna tell you. So we get something happened with the weather.
Got you.
We're gonna play Lake Gibson.
Okay.
And Charlotte. And they moved the game up. And we had to practice, so our Wednesday practice became our Thursday practice.
Got you.
And we had Sonny Greenwood in there, and I guess Sonny had messed up and did something crazy. And when he messed up, Richard Tate was like, "Mine, get him out of there." And I'm like, "All right." This is the day before I'm about to play corner against Roger Frazier. I'm about to go guard Roger Frazier, Matt Taylor, and Grothy, and
you talk about a lot of athletes.
Yeah,
you talk about Roger.
So I go out there, man, and this is my first game starting. But it's my first game in high school.
Because you didn't play as a freshman.
I couldn't play as a freshman.
You ain't even get no JV in.
I didn't get no JV in. So now this is my first game ever playing in high school, and it's Kathleen Lake Gibson, and it was swole. Because that was the only game that night, too.
Got you.
So everybody was there at Lake Gibson, and you know, I ultimately got an interception, man. So, you know, I was able to get an interception that game, and
was it a good game?
It was a good game, dog. We had them beat, man. Growth had to
so Growth is still in when you. I really would get to that. Was Growth in when you got the pick?
Yes, Growth through the pick.
I ain't never picked Growth, man. I played against Growth since Little League in winter ball my whole life, high school, in my district. I never got to pick Growth.
My first college interception, high school interception was Growth, bro.
So basically, this all makes sense. It just started.
It don't even matter though, because Growth went down a 90-yard drive and beat us.
Back to back. Every year for me, I mean, every year I can show you the film. 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, this dude in the game, it's like a game-winning shot in basketball. Every last drive for 3 years in a row, this dude knocked us out of the district. Mm-hmm. 10th grade, we was able to still go to the playoffs. But I'm like, dude.
That's how to play Jefferson.
Yep, lost to Jefferson. Yeah. But I'm like, how did this man... When the game is on the line, give it to Matt Grothy, man.
He gonna do it.
So, Okay, you with Kathleen. You made your name at Kathleen. A lot of people don't understand what you did as a sophomore at Kathleen as far as interception. If you could tell the people how many interceptions you have as a sophomore at Kathleen.
So my sophomore year, I had 10 interceptions as a sophomore. I ran back, I think, a punt for a touchdown, a kick return for a touchdown. All being the only sophomore starting.
Yeah.
On offense or defense.
On a good defense.
Now we had really good defense. We had other sophomores. I think Victor Casey was up there, Twan Murray was up there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too many
that was on the field starting.
Yeah. I was the only starter. I think Dollar Line maybe, offensive lineman.
Okay.
I think guys started. But, just being out there to getting experience with the guys, we had guys like Trent Newton and Darryl Lake and Jamel McClellan.
Studs.
Even Terrell Robinson was down there.
Studs.
You know what I mean? And then the linebackers, we got Scotty Bryant. You know
Studs.
what I mean?
You're talking about a lot of college,
like,
guys, man.
These guys were really good playing football, especially at that time. And like
everybody, actually, you just named played college.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. I didn't even ever think about that.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier with the popularity contest. Because when we talk about some of the best defenses to ever play in this county, I don't even mean to disrespect none of the teams now. Like, nobody played defense like back then.
Yeah. But it was hard nose back then. Hey, I know. Scott, I played. I tell people, man, and I think my wife one time, I was telling her, like, it was a punishment to come to Lumberjacks practice late. You had to pick who you wanted to hit.
You got to hit, bro.
Scott Bryan or Anthony Wilcox.
You got to hit.
And we were two of the smallest dudes, but we played 5'2". Me and Scotty was the backers.
Man, listen.
And, we should have been DBs.
Hey, listen,
but
it's a whole other conversation, bro. I ain't gonna get on it today. But it's a list of dudes' names. I might put them on social media or something one day.
Yeah.
It's a dude's names that I'm really like counting the line for. Like, Lumberjacks, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do it. You know, do it.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to.
It's not. It might not be a good Tuesday or Thursday. I ain't trying to do that.
I
today.
really don't want to do that, bro.
Hey, bro, I tell Scott, brother, he was our coach. I tell Coach Zate to this day, Coach Zate, bro, you really made Scott bust my nose. Now it was a punishment, but one day me and Lee Wilson, my boy, we walked to practice. We didn't want to ride. And I remember we was at the baseball. I remember they had the baseball up. We was looking over to make sure we wanted the sprints to be done. And somebody told them that's coming around, like, there go Through the Lee. That's how we got the name, me and Chief. Through the Lee. Yeah. Somebody told about, there go Through the Lee up in the thing. So we kind of stuck with it. But, man, that day, we had to pick. And I'm one of the ones on punishment, so it's only Scott. Yeah. Man, I'll never forget, bro. Me and Scott, we going at it. He couldn't knock me down. I couldn't knock him down. Because Zay didn't want tackles. He wanted to color. Yeah. And man, I remember he just kept making me and Scott go, bro, until my nose started bleeding. I never, Coach Hot Dog, man. Rest in peace, Coach Hot Dog. Man, Coach Hot Dog made Zay stop. He like, that's enough, boy. We need them Saturday. Yeah, we probably be hitting to this day, cuz. Right now, Zay went, hey, he was hot, man. But Scott was definitely different, bro. I remember going to JC, actually, and they was recruiting me. They sent you the mail, they sent you all the stuff. And I remember when Coach Jackson called me in the office because he was trying to make me come home. He knew I had my kid young. He knew I had a little aunt. And I was telling him, like, man, I don't want to go back home because I don't want to get in trouble, But he was trying to force it on me to be, a great father and be closer. But long story short, bro, Scotty B, like, he wasn't that dude in college. He was that dude. Like, they magazine, cuz, it's 3 or 4 at the time before NIL. Yeah. They only marketing 3 or 4 dudes around campus and magazine. Bro, Scotty B was the only player on the front of their packages, their envelopes.
We played him.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, this is my guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They sending this. I'm like, are they doing it because I'm from here? Then I see my boy Big Steve, the receiver, 6'5" receiver from down south. They said Steve stuff. And Steve stuff got Scotty B only. Yeah. So I'm like, nah, they ain't said it because I'm from Lakeland. Like, he really.
So we were
face of the program.
We were able to play against Scott, man. That was a cool experience too, man. We played at FIU. That's when they had what's the one name? T.Y. Hilton.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Anthony Gator and all them boys. So yeah.
So you lead the league, man. You end up at the prestigious Lakeland Dreadnoughts.
Yes.
One of the best schools and high schools in the country. Definitely, you know, one of the top 10 in Florida.
We beat Bonding by 78 one time.
Y'all beat Bonding by 78. shout out to Blue Summers, man. How was it to play at such a prestigious high school? Now we didn't discuss because Kathleen has Ray Lewis, one of the best kickers ever. But to go to Lakeland and play for the GOAT, Bill Cowser, how was that experience?
Man, listen, it was great because, you know, he is what high school football is all about in the city of Lakeland. At the time where, you know, he wasn't nationally known as much yet.
Yeah.
But around here, everybody knew Castro.
Yeah. He was a guy.
You know what I mean? And he's one of those guys where you ain't gonna see him.
Yeah.
Like I lived in Lakeland, I told you since '95, bro.
You ain't gonna see him out.
I've probably seen Castro out maybe no more than 4 times.
I can't tell you.
And that's at the YMCA when I see him too. I ain't talking about like in the grocery store or nothing. I ain't never seen him in the grocery store.
Before coming back and actually coaching at Lakeland myself,
you ain't never gonna see him.
I only seen him out once. And the one time that I seen him out, we can't even discuss that on camera. But no, man, it's you don't see him. It's like this man a real like urban legend.
I don't want to be on this bit like Cat Williams either. So.
No.
That's perfect for me, cuz right here. We ain't gonna need all that.
We done talked about the Kathleen, man. Let's talk about Lakeland Dreadnoughts, man. Prestigious school in the state of Florida, the entire country. But playing for the GOAT of Florida himself, Bill Cowser. How was that experience?
It was great, man. It's funny because the way the whole thing went down, as far as like me transferring out there. I make a long story short. You know, Coach Tate left. Coach Tate left Kathleen. That kind of prompted me and Scott Bryan to kind of want to go to Lakeland. Mm-hmm. Scott wrote me a note actually in class. A lot of people don't know this. So he was like 2 seats ahead of me.
Yeah.
Left. He wrote a note, passed it back, and it said, "Hey, this is my last day at Kathleen. Don't say nothing." So I'm looking at the note. Knowing only me, him, and LeVar Thomas coming back as starters on Kathleen.
Yeah.
I'm looking, I'm like, and I look at him, back at him, and he's like, yeah. So I ain't saying nothing. Next day, Scott was gone.
This pre all the new technology, so Apple Watches and all that.
I'm like, bro, what? So I ain't say nothing. All right, cool. Long story short, man, they made me sit at Kathleen because when I tried to transfer like Scott did, they told me, nah, they gonna call that veteran say,
man.
So they called them.
And you already had the issue from freshman year.
Exactly. So they was like, if I transfer to Lakeland, I can't play with the 5. Which I don't know what that had to do with anything, because originally that was supposed to be.
You know the originators of the Fire, Kathleen guys.
So I can't play with the Fire, and I had to sit out basically spring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and I had to stay at Kathleen. So I stayed. So this was like April, May, when spring started. So I got to go to school with these dudes every day, and them knowing I'm finna transfer.
Yeah, I was a big deal in the city at the time.
Yeah, I'm literally about to go to the rival school.
Yeah. I'm
seeing y'all every day in class, but I'm not gonna play with y'all.
And everybody was talking about that, man. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
At Lakeland, I don't think you was on the first wave of the 45-0. I think you caught the next 30 games.
Yeah.
But so yourself, 2 state championships, national championships. So that means best in the state of Florida, big classification, not small ball, and the best in the country. You talking California, Texas, Florida, football states, Georgia, ain't gonna leave them guys out, Ohio's. Y'all the best team in the country. How was that experience? And
I don't mean to cut you off, but like you just think about like I remember Castle first day of saying we was the number 1 team in the country. Like you gotta get whips to do it.
Yeah.
Y'all huddled up. It was in the paper that we was the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
This man said he always say right there.
Yeah.
Castle guy. He say right there. He hold up the paper for us. Say they got us as the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
We all know that shit ain't right. We haven't done a damn thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We haven't beat anyone.
Yeah.
And then that year we went out and I think we scored 592 points and gave up under 100.
Crazy.
The whole season.
And played some studs.
Yeah.
Played some studs.
We went to, I mean, Kate Coral had Nate Allen and all them boys played in the NFL. Played against Antonio Brown with Miami Norland. He was quarterback at Miami Norland. We played against, Major Wright and all them. We beat Major Wright and all them by 30.
Man, that team, the Major Wright them team, that ain't a regular team. You talking about
Marcus Gilbert.
Cause I looked at something like 3 or 4 years ago. That team has the third most NFL guys ever for a high school team. Yeah. So that ain't normal.
They like that.
That team was tough. I mean, y'all had some guys, but
the quarterback like the OC at St. Thomas right now.
That's crazy.
I think he went to Mississippi State.
Yeah, that team was loaded.
Yeah. So we went down there, man, and we played some great teams, and just again, as I spoke about before, sometimes Urban kind of taught me this is compartmentalized and just kind of you control what you can control, and you win the games that you need to win. Right then and there, and then everything else will take care of itself.
For sure. There's a lot of debates here in Polk County, Florida, big football area, Lakeland, country boys to everybody else. We in the city, we backwoods to everybody else, but we can do it either way. We can be city, we can be country, whatever you want us to be. Football is king here. A lot of debates on me coaching, especially right now, being around the kids, back-to-back state champions. Who's the best Lakeland team or team from Polk ever? Would you consider your junior or senior year as one of the best teams or the best team ever? Honest opinion.
Listen, man. We have 4 draft pick NFL guys on our team. And tell somebody to do that, bro.
You don't have to convince me. I was just asking you because I know it's a debate and I know every bar.
They're going to talk about these old teams. I don't want to, first of all, to even have the criteria, you had to win a state championship.
Correct.
Don't tell me about 93 team.
You didn't win it.
Don't care about 92 team. Don't care about, 95 team. Don't care.
You didn't win it.
All right. Now you got the champions.
Yeah.
You got one group of guys, which the 96 through 99, Lakeland should have won 4 state championships.
Yeah, very good teams.
96 they won. 97 lost to St. Thomas from some bull crap. 98 lost to Estero by 1 point, the game for state. 99 they won. So they technically lost.
And they got cheated by Estero.
Yeah. They technically lost less games than we did.
Yes.
From 04 to 06.
But they didn't win 3 in a row like y'all class did.
You see what I'm saying? So that's a tough one. But again, and I don't mean no disrespect to none of the guys who played there.
Yeah.
You ain't had no all-pro left guards, right guards. You ain't had Chris Rainey in your backfield.
Jamar Taylor.
You ain't had Jamar Taylor in your backfield. You have Ahmad at your safety. Like you didn't have, you know what I mean? You didn't have these tools. You didn't have a 6'5", 230-pound defensive end as a freshman in Jordan Hammond. You didn't have a John Brown.
People forget about them guys because, they had staggered college careers, things happen, injuries and what have you. But people don't understand Jordan Hammond. If you not a true person from Lakeland or keep up with high school sports, bro, with y'all class, bro, Jordan Hammond was the first person really out there, cuz.
He had the most scholarships.
Yeah, everybody wanted that big guy.
He had 40 scholarship offers.
I think he had something weird. I can't tell you the exact facts. I haven't talked to him about it, but I just remember being in school. I was out west at the time when y'all was coming through, but I remember people saying, "Man, Jordan Hammond tore both his legs at the same knees at the same time or something crazy at practice."
So he tore the ACL. He ran like a dead rat, bro. And it was the week before the spring game my senior year.
Wow. And then so he tore one in high school, then got to LSU and tore the other one. Because I remember people said both. I just never followed up on it. I didn't have a relationship with him I did with y'all, so I never really followed up on it. But I do remember that dude blowing up, and being from home, I'm gonna keep up with the home team, and I'm like, who is this kid? You know what I'm saying? Like, where he
He
come
was like that, bro.
he was definitely a big dude. So when I did come home and see y'all play,
I just think we just got too much for
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you and I don't even like putting myself in like comparisons and nothing like that.
But-
for real, but you know, I was third on our team in touchdowns my senior year, and I never played a snap of offense in high school.
Yeah.
If that even makes sense.
Yeah.
Because y'all, what about the new team? You mentioned the old teams. What about the new team?
The newer team,
Like these last 2 years,
they're not tough enough to beat us, bro. Like, and I get it, bro. They got a handful of talent, bro.
That's what I was gonna say. Unlike the older teams, and I know back then, bro, we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
I was there Friday nights. That's what people don't understand. My projects is right at Bryant Stadium. I can hear the game from my room. I'm gonna jump the gate every Friday for free. Never gonna pay. I'm there. I'm there. I've seen it since the '90s. Those kids were talented, no doubt. The scouts weren't coming here back then. We weren't the big cities. We weren't Miami's and all that back then. Yeah. So now we can say with the new guys, that's what they say. Well, they didn't go Power 5. We going to this, that, and the third. And it's kind of hard to argue with them because we've been Power 5. We know it's tough, but we also know it's dudes that don't make it.
So watch this. That goes exactly into what I was saying. When we talk about who the best was, we the one who started
all the
people coming here looking for college athletes to come to their school to play football.
Yeah, they wanted to know what's going on. What's going on?
I get it, bro. Y'all boys went to Louisville back then. Like, bro, our practices look like blindside practices.
Yeah.
Like how they had all the people there. That's
Power 5's there.
But Power
everybody,
5,
the big dogs though.
Every single team, bro.
Yeah.
And there was not one team that wasn't there.
People don't realize right now, man. You got Georgias and Alabamas flying to Lakeland to see kids on helicopters.
Why they doing that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Like that ain't a myth. People see it and they go all over the country. So like I got my old college teammates hitting me from the West Coast like, who Bama coming to see on the helicopter?
Yeah.
Who Georgia coming to see on the helicopter? And it's not 1 year. There's like multiple.
No, I can't. We can't take credit for what the guys doing now as much. They do a lot. They get
y'all pioneered it though. You get a little credit for it.
But these guys are keeping up that tradition, man, and that's what I'm proud about. Yeah. It's like you can say, hey, we were one of the first ones to start it, and I ain't one of them old heads that be like, man, we started it.
Yeah, definitely.
But these kids right here definitely earn it, man. They doing everything they doing and need to do to keep this tradition going. So
that's what's up. I know we touched on the 10 stats, and I know you don't like talking about other 10 picks. You know you don't like talking about yourself, but we got to highlight what I consider one of the, as a DB, I'm from Polk County, I'm from Lakeland, born and raised. I've seen the greats, but we got to highlight your stats as a high schooler because they don't give you the record or the credit needed because you did it at 2 high schools, and for some reason you can't have records if it's at multiple high schools. But quickly, let the people know from 10th grade, 10 interceptions, how many interceptions you had here in Florida in your high school career.
26, bro.
26. If you go to the county record, I haven't looked at it in about 8-9 years. We used to have this debate all the time. I used to always look at it because people didn't realize it. And I am biased. This is my little cousin. Outside of this, we close outside of being family, just from sports and growing up together. Black 10th Street with my best friend. I'm in the middle of them guys on 7th Street. You got Rainey, them on 2nd. So, our neighborhood like this, we all grew up together. So I'm biased when it comes to Rainey, Taba, Blacks. I'm going to speak for them and put them over anybody. Everybody know that. But back then, cuz you was like 3 interceptions above the county all-time record. So has that changed, and how come they can't change that rule talking about the 2 or multiple high schools?
Man, listen, man. I just kind of stay out of it, man, because I don't. When I played, bro, when I started to play, cuz the last thing I wanted to play this game to do was to break records.
Yeah.
Because if I'm breaking a record, what that mean? That it's meant to be broken. Mm-hmm. Which it's gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
And B, what is that doing for me?
Gotcha.
That temporary of, my name. I mean, in school that I was able to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a lot of people know. Like, the charisma I give off, like I like to have fun and play and all that. Like, I the older I get, the less I like to talk about myself.
Gotcha.
You know, I read a lot of books as far as like I read a lot of things that say like, you know, people who are successful and who've done great things don't really got to talk about it. You gotta tell
Speak for itself.
It speak for itself. So I don't really like doing that, bro. But when you really want to talk about it, I mean, 26 interceptions in 3 years. Nobody doing that, bro.
Nah, I stopped looking at it, but I've had the pleasure, you know, to coach.
And then I'll be looking at, also, I've seen Wikipedia too. They wrong too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The stats and stuff ain't right on there. And I just kind of like, you know, I'm looking at games where it's like on Bright House.
But I can go on Wikipedia, cuz, and change your stuff right now.
Yeah, it's weird. I look at Bright House and they have
I think they charge you $3.99 to edit something on there. So, like,
so
it's
weird,
definitely,
bro. So,
that's why
like,
schools don't let you use it. They used to then. I heard you can now, but.
Whatever.
You had the pleasure of being around a young man, #1 corner in the country, top 10 recruit, Kamani McLean, Money Man himself. Now this kid was being compared to you before you ever even probably came in contact with him as far as, you know, helping him or being coaching him. I think he had, you know, 20-something interceptions in high school. Do you know how many he had?
I don't know, but
I haven't looked at them.
Let me just tell you this. The way he attacked the game as far as how he did in high school, which is obviously a little bit different when you get to the next level.
Definitely.
I can say this. He is completely shutting people down.
Yeah, he different.
I was doing that, bro.
He over there by himself too.
I just kind of knew where the ball was gonna be and how to, you know, tips and overthrows, and this man will completely shut them out.
Yeah, I always told people, I say, listen, man, I'm biased black. You know, this is my guy.
It's almost like a Revis and a Sherman.
Yeah, definitely. I seen it as black, one of the smartest guys to ever play the game. You gonna be in the right place. He know football.
Bro.
Money is the type. He just show up.
Bro,
and he can do it.
Listen.
He can do it.
When #7, all #7 got to do is show up.
And it's going to happen. Don't throw the ball that way.
Once I see #7 show up.
You know what's up.
I don't. Listen, put it like this. Once #7 show up.
Yeah.
I know Shadarian going to have a great day.
Correct. Shadarian
Anderson going to have a great day when #7 comes.
You talk about Shadarian, who might be a pro too.
Yes.
He might be a pro. I watched this game. I always say he might be a pro.
Don't even let nobody catch the ball.
No.
So he's one of those guys where Shadarian gonna make you come to work and bring your lunch pail every day, and guess what? He ain't finna let a scout team catch the ball. He ain't too cool for school. And
No.
He gonna practice how he play, bro.
I'm trying to annihilate you every day.
So now we scared of money. Now we finna go over here to him. And
bad idea.
That's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Is to go over here with him. Cause money gonna shut it down, and this man gonna reap the benefits from it.
Now you talking Money McLean, #1 corner in the country, top 10 recruit, all over the country, all over every social media outlet, all over ESPN, straight from Lakeland, Florida. Like I said, all my guys out west. I obviously played on the West Coast, so all them dudes would hit me up about this kid before he ever chose his school. 6'2", 6'3" athlete. Flat out run. Nobody knows his top 40 because he never went full speed or hard yet. He hasn't been forced to in his life.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a freak of nature. Just show up, like we said, and do it. Yourself, undersized. They say you can't run. Wasn't a big recruit at first. Let's talk about that process for you. Cause high school recruitment.
My high school recruitment was good because I think 90% of it was almost like, if we get this kid, we get the other kids.
Yeah. So if they
get me, that's how it was, and a lot of schools ain't know that, bro. But I still, you know, it was a lot of schools that offered me that didn't offer the other guys too.
Yeah.
Like Ohio State and whatnot. But the key was me.
Yeah, if you get a Ahmad Black, you're
gonna get everybody, bro.
Let's let the people know who everybody is. Chris Rainey,
Pouncey twins,
Marquise and Mike Pouncey.
Yeah, you with John Brown. You know what I mean?
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah, that was the key to like a lot of that. And
people don't know Paul went.
Yeah,
Paul Wilson was tough.
Yeah, Paul Wilson. So that was the key. And I think a lot of people dropped the ball with like Florida State. Mm-hmm. If Florida State would have just said, "Hey, let's suck it up," I know we got what's the kid name, Roll?
Yeah, Monroe.
I know we got Monroe. Was just suck it up.
I was up there at the time.
And just very mod. You would have got everybody. You would have got Rainey. You would have got Pouncey. But because they dropped the ball, and Florida was able to offer me.
Yeah.
Rainey was already committed. Pouncey decommitted the next day for Florida State.
And everybody just went.
And that's how it went.
They ended up getting 6, 7 dreadnoughts.
What a lot of people don't know is Pounce told Florida, if the only way we'll come to Florida is if y'all offer Steve Wilkes.
Gotta get my boy.
We ain't coming unless you offer Steve Wilkes.
Yeah. And they had that type of pull. Oh. Obviously, they are who they are now, so we know, you know what I'm saying? Urban saw something we didn't see. That dude was different.
Ultimately, Steve Wilkes became basically one of the H-backs or the lead backs.
Yeah, he ended up playing.
Offense.
Yeah, made that block that's needed.
Yep.
And his offense required that, and he was that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that dude was I love that kid, high school game. That's crazy, man. I always mess with people. I mess with you. I mess with Jeremy. Knowing that you're a major Gator now, you can't never change that. You are an ultimate Gator. But people don't realize now that Ultimate had the Florida State on it. Bruce Ultimate, y'all was Seminoles first, cuz.
Yeah, I grew up Florida State fan.
Okay. You know. I did too now. You can see I'm Arizona out. I'm a Wildcat. I can't change it. It's in me, but
I grew up Florida State, man. But when you get to that level, especially the kids coming up nowadays, is
follow your role model as a kid, man. Your dad of Seminoles.
One of the things that the kids do now, bro, is that they got to change. I think, especially like with NIL and all, how everything going on. It's like y'all got to stop trying to wait for your dream schools and all that to offer you. Sometimes it ain't gonna happen, and then you end up nowhere.
Now, my wife was in Tallahassee at Florida State. Obviously I had my son young.
Yeah.
She was up there. I was there in the off season. At one point, I was actually willing to walk on at Florida State and take an offer to FAMU over the schools that was offered me. Oregon State, UCLA's, Arizona State's. All these schools, I was willing to go to FAMU and walk on at Florida State just to be around them.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to come. I had South Florida. Coach Levitt, Jen Levitt, recruited me. He the one told Mike Stoops about me. Mark already knew me from Miami. Mm-hmm. But I was willing to walk on at Florida State. Now, they had Monroe.
I wasn't doing that.
Hometown kid, Lakeland Dreadnought, Coach Strong, Kenny Strong, my guy, his roommate, his boy. And I don't like to speak on nobody. But this dude was so trash. I used to play 7-on-7 with these dudes. Let's get my workout saying while I'm on my breaks. And I just wanted to tell Bobby, RP to Bobby, that's a legend to go. I just want to walk. I wish I had access to his office to just say, come out here. You're going to see that I'm light years better than this dude. Yeah. And I'm trying to walk on. I got all these power fives.
And that's what it be like, man.
It's just the right.
Sometimes you go in there, you got to have the right situation.
It's situational, and most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because these people don't be evaluated.
Then it started getting to a point I'm like, nah, man, I'm just not gonna even do that. I gotta take what's for me. What God, the position I'm in, this what God has for me. So I gotta take one of the people who want me, man. But I remember saying that, and Bird would contest if he was here. He was actually supposed to be here today playing the game. He would tell you, man, we used to play with this dude. Cause when I tell you, the first day I came out, this when I first did this, right coming out, this, this messed up forever. I had just had this surgery on my nerves and my fingers. Come out there with one hand, this wrapped and cast up, snatching everything, killing them. Everybody next game we get him. We get this little Mexican. We don't want this guy.
We don't want him.
Yeah, man, but definitely. So I think you kind of touched on it, kind of pick Florida so all you guys can be there at the same time. Which was a great thing, man. That kind of started the pipeline with Florida Knots or Gator Knots. Florida getting the Lakeland Dreadnoughts, that Gator Knots. So you guys pioneered that, which is a major thing. Even to this day, me as a coach here locally, to see Florida come back. No matter what, if they don't take a kid from Lakeland, they come to Polk County now.
Yeah.
I'm talking, they coming to look.
Yeah.
If you got it, they gonna offer. They may not take a dreadnought, but they gonna look at Polk County kids, and that's what, you know, the ultimate thing for me as a coach. I'm just happy to see that pipeline open, and we're being recruited because anybody who has, you know, college teams, they're coming to see our kids, and I love that. I appreciate y'all boys for that. I gotta ask you this question before we move on. You could be biased or you could be unbiased, but top 5 high school players ever. Give us your list. 30 seconds.
Offense or defense?
Top 5 players ever. You got 25 seconds now.
All right, number 5. We're gonna go with.
Not including yourself.
All right.
That's tough.
I gotta say it, bro. 5 that changed the game. All right. I'm gonna go something crazy. TJ Lawrence. That's number 5. Number
Florida
4.
Gator. Fam, you Rattler.
Number
Tough.
4. It's gonna be crazy. Blah
Powell. Louisville Cardinal. 10-year New York Jet. Play both ways.
All right. Number 3. It's gonna be Chauncey Clark.
Ooh. Sat leader, at Lakeland. Played JC out west like me. Everybody out west know about.
Now, is this in Polk County or all like in Florida? Polk County?
Yo, Polk, ain't Polk.
Okay.
Lakeland. In Lakeland.
In Lakeland?
Yeah, in Lakeland.
No, where we at? Number 2, it gotta be. It's out of 2 people, bro. I got a 2A and a 2B.
Okay.
It's gonna be Stuart Butler.
Stu Butler. Whew. I ain't get to see Stu with my own eyes. And then Bowman.
And then you know who number 1 is.
Rainey.
Easy.
Yeah, got you. I didn't get to see Stu Butler in person. I see his highlights, see the 3,000 yards. I hate that, bro, because I played with Randy, his brother, in Little League, played against him. We the same class. And I seen his film, and I remember when people talking about, oh, he better than Rainey. Like, they was comparing him. So to compare anybody to Rainey.
They look the same, bro.
Like, you got to be talking special.
That's what I'm trying to say.
To tell me somebody is Rainey, I'm looking for, like, dominance.
And the reason
the film is equivalent.
And I usually would put like Bowman a little bit the 2-way.
Yeah.
But
Rainey different.
But Stuart Butler and Marshall would turn it up.
He was. I seen it. So I seen college. I didn't see him in person in Lakeland. I seen his film.
You don't get in trouble.
Oh, we talking about NFL?
Bowman just got to prove something. So Bowman might. So
you know, Stu Butler backup at Marshall went pro.
That's what I'm telling you.
The guy who took over when Stu got in trouble.
And the coach was the Penn State right now. The one outside.
Yeah. So I know. I seen the high school film.
I already know.
I seen him at Marshall. I just didn't get to see it in person.
So that holiday left Florida was at Marshall.
That's what's up, man. We're gonna take a shot, man. We gotta take this, man. This Cellar 16, like I said, man, one of the smoothest cognacs out there. If you're on the cruise or you're at a duty free, check it out, man.
Carl really trying to get me to be Cat Williams. I ain't trying to be Cat Williams.
That's how he used to do to me when he was in the pros, man.
I ain't trying to be Cat Williams.
It's that smooth. That go down, boy. Let's talk about this. Now, this is tough, but we're going to talk about it. College days, man. Biggest difference from high school. Played at 2 good high schools. You played at a prestigious high school, which develops college talent like no other. Mm-hmm. And you played at Kathleen. They develop pros and college talent also. So what was the biggest jump for you from high school to college?
Everything. So I went from one of the best high school teams to literally the best college team. I went from playing in the state championship December 10th or whatever it was to going to the national champions and going to school January 7th.
That month later.
Like a month later, bro. So I just had to get acclimated with everything. And it wasn't just like I'm going to college and like, you know, no disrespect to a lot of schools.
Yeah.
You had to do is just go from high school to college. Like, all right, cool. Yes, this is a jump. This is something that I got to get prepared.
Yeah.
This is the number one team in the country that just won a national championship.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
And like, so when I went out for spring in March or whatever it was, I'm guarding the dudes who just was the best in the country.
Yeah.
It was hard, bro.
That's major.
You know what I mean? Just getting acclimated to, you know, and we talked about money and whatnot. It's another thing I like, you know, I don't like addressing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the internet. But that's one thing too, bro, is like, there's so many dudes that go to school that need assistance on just how to get through it.
Yeah.
He just haven't been the number one player, so it's kind of like microscope. You know what I mean?
Everybody looking at him.
The only one to do that, bro.
No, I tell people all the
so
time,
many
80% of a recruiting class. I remember, I'll never forget the convo, because I'm sober in college. Once I left JC, I already messed up once. I'm an adult, I got a kid. I ain't messing up again. I already did that. So I was listening to all the meetings that people didn't want to be in, the compliance meetings, all that stuff. I remember the dude telling me, he said, in every class, it's 25 to 28 scholarships for Power 5.
Yeah.
80% don't make it. So that means 20% of your class gonna graduate with you. And it happened to me, cuz only 5 of us
Yeah, what I'm telling you.
finished together. And I'm still cool with those 5 guys from my class at Arizona to this day. But people don't even they forget about the other 20 to 23 guys. Like, you just forget about it. They go to their hometowns, and it's like they never existed. But if you are of that caliber, like Money's, where people follow you and they nitpicking, this kid ain't doing nothing that other people aren't doing.
You know what I mean?
They're nitpicking him.
Like I was trying to explain to my wife too. It's like, you know how many people be late to meetings?
Come on, man.
And don't go.
It's 125 on that roster.
And oversleep and like that's what kids do.
They're
like,
kids.
These are literally kids.
Yeah, you talking about partying, you got to wake up and still go do all this stuff at 6 a.m. while the rest of the campus sleep.
Don't even mention the part that what we talked about earlier was, you know, I had a great family background, great parents. I was able, you know, I had a kid at 15, was able still to do what I needed to do.
Yeah.
What happened when you don't have a mom or dad that's gonna teach you that?
Yeah.
So now we take for granted and take this, you know, out of context sometimes of what we supposed to know how to do. Like, you ain't supposed to know how to do that. How? Because you know how to do it. Everyone else is supposed to.
Young adult, man.
Yeah, that don't make sense. Everyone has to be taught something, and you're gifted enough to be able to have been taught that before you got to college.
Yeah, definitely.
Some people aren't. They're not learning in college. Like a rain.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So you can be flipped around, obviously. You just gotta be taught.
Yeah, some people ain't never had that structure. Like for you got a pops, you got a mom. They done been through stuff, so they understand. Like you say, your dad is military, so he know this is structure, this is what you should be doing. Right. And even with that don't mean you're gonna do everything right. But I at least got it in the back of my head, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Right. You know, yeah, I definitely get it. I definitely get what you're saying with that. We touched on it a little bit, but how was it playing with your high school teammates from a national championship in high school to, like you said, going to Florida, Pouncey's, Rainey, Steve Wills, Paul Wilson, Mod Black, John Brown? It
was cool. It was super cool, but you know, just how we first got there, you know, it was kind of rough. Obviously, we was a freshman, and just trying to, I guess, maintain and do everything that I was supposed to do as far as like we were just talking about.
Yeah.
But I got a handle on it, man. So to be able to come back to school, to come back down here from school and have everybody pat you on the back and do everything that we kind of dreamed about doing before we went, make it all come to real life. You know what I'm saying? Reality. It was cool, man, and I couldn't think of a better group of guys to do it with, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Than the guys that we went to high school with. So it's a blessing, man, to be, obviously we want Florida to win more championships, but I was on the team, the last team to do it.
Yeah.
Cool still. You know what I mean?
Still get that bragging rights.
But I'm getting old, so I need them to win one more too. You know what I mean? I know you ain't gonna like that because we're gonna whoop y'all this year.
Yeah.
Florida State now. We're gonna whoop that this year.
No, okay. It ain't gonna happen. We reloading. I'm gonna say this, man, and this not taking anything from John Brown, Steve, or Paul, or them guys. I seen them guys. I played against them. Played with them. How was it to play with Rainey and the Pouncey twins. You talking about some of the best athletes in not just Florida, country history, cuz. How was it to play with them guys on 2 different levels? 3 different levels, I mean. Because you're talking about all y'all played high school, won a national championship, state championship, went to college, won a national championship. All y'all went to pros. How was it to compete with or against them guys on 3 different levels?
I mean, it was super cool. You know, Randy, me and him go back to Little League. You know, like I say.
Yeah.
But you know, like I mentioned Blau earlier. I remember sitting. You know, we playing the Jets in New York, and I'm at safety and Blau at running back.
A guy from your hometown.
And that's crazy because I remember playing throwback with this man.
Yeah.
Man. I remember he had two rat tails with the Predators.
And y'all not from a big city. It's not like y'all from Lauderdale, Miami, Jacksonville, Tampa.
Bro, so it was crazy, bro. Like playing, I'm at safety and Pouncey at center.
Damn.
With the Dolphins. It was just wild, bro. You know, to be able to compete at the highest level, man. And you know, I remember Pouncey arguing over belt.
Yeah.
They about to fight over who gonna wear the belt.
Yeah.
Banquet. You know what I'm saying? It's like we went from y'all riding in the Volvo Chevy, we all in the Volvo Chevy, bro.
I remember that. I remember they had that. Randy had the regular
the Impala.
Yeah, the regular Impala. Yeah, I remember that. That's
so
crazy.
I went with you know, with these boys with, you know, so it was cool, man. You know, it was a great opportunity again. And it's a blessing, man, to be able to do what we all like plan to do, to go out and make it happen.
Any drama playing with them dudes? College, leaving high school, last teammates. I'll tell you, like for me, just quickly. I know this about you, but being the only dude from Florida, me and Grunt was kind of the only dudes. Actually, we had Tebow receiver. He came from Mississippi, one of the Mississippi schools. Paul, I think his name. He came for 1 year when I was at Zona. We was like the only 3 dudes from this side of the Mississippi River. So for us, it's like kind of like me, only Florida dude. So I got to battle the whole Texas, California, and it's 125 dudes. So it's me against 70 Texas dudes, 70 Cali dudes.
It's different for us. Like that's another thing what people don't realize, bro. It's just little things like, you know,
kind of Lakeland versus everybody. And that's why I was asking. Was it like that?
Made us good. All right, so hear me out. Georgia, Alabama, Clemson for a little bit. Who else? Another Ohio State.
Yeah.
They are all really good teams.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're getting all the Florida talent.
Yeah. So y'all get to brag about that.
When we were at Florida, we were getting the best players in Florida. If we go get someone from New Jersey, it's Will Hill.
Yeah.
Best player.
They got to be tough. The best in that state.
We go to Virginia.
Got to be the best in that state.
We're going to get Percy.
Yeah.
We're going to Connecticut for any wild reason.
Got to get Aaron.
It's going to get B. Hernandez.
So you got to get the best person in that state.
That's when we'll start
getting
back to where we were.
But any kind of drama, anybody, dang, Florida, football, high school football, not good. Because I had these arguments.
We ain't finna argue with y'all, bro. We ain't lose a game in 3 years.
Yeah, it ain't nothing to talk about.
We beat Luke Kinkley. We beat everybody.
Ain't nothing to talk about.
It ain't nothing to talk about nothing.
Yeah.
We not finna argue with you. You know what I'm saying? The only kind of drawback we had a little bit was Northwestern team.
Some of the guys down there.
They all went to Miami, went to Florida, and we smoked them.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear nothing else about none of that. So, you know what I'm saying?
What about like just regular college life, man? I ain't gonna lie. I tell people all the time, college the best, years of my life. But bro, my teammates got me in so many fights, cuz.
Man.
You there with 7 dudes from your hometown. I can only imagine, like, they got y'all in stuff. Which teammates got y'all in the most stuff? Chris Rainey. I can see that. I remember Rainey in high school get stuff started. I can see that. It's crazy though because he's such a he funny, bro, but he mess with people.
Do too much.
Yeah, he mess with. He don't even be serious half of the time though, cause he play a lot. Yeah, so some people who ain't either they intoxicated or they're not.
And then the crazy part about he ain't gonna be intoxicated. So now,
no, he's sober.
So you finna bump him.
Oh yeah, this natural.
While you intoxicated, he's sober. That's
how my guy.
That's what you know what I'm saying.
One of my top dudes from college. That's how he is. I don't even think Gold started drinking until he got to the league. Actually, he came in with Rainey. They the same pounds. Rainey, they all up there. Go in drinking all that in college. No, man, this man was sober.
Coca-Cola.
But guess what? 5 a.m. workouts in the cold Tucson where it's snowing. You can see the snow on the mountain, but it's hot down. Yeah, gold up here.
Yeah.
We just waking up. Hey, bro, we done been out to 3 this morning.
Yeah.
We got 2 hours sleep. Chill. Nah, ain't no chill. So when people on the team mess, I'm big bro down. So it's like, you mess with Gold, you got to mess with me. Yeah. Get the parties. He see you with your girl. If you go to the bathroom and leave her, he behind her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, come on, Gold, man. I ain't on that tonight, bro. Oh, man. I'm going to ask you about this, man. This song we done talked about before, but as a kid coming in, I think 18, 19, even if that, I don't even think you're 19 for sure. Urban Meyer come out publicly, in the public and say, Ahmad Black is a recruiting mistake. Yeah. How did that make you feel as a kid? Because you're still a kid, young adult or not, you're still a kid.
I'm ready to go. I ain't finna really talk to you about nothing. You know, you came out and said that. It's just time for me to go.
Time for you to go.
There was a mix-up in recruiting somewhere in the process.
But it's not transfer portal time because we went in this day and age.
But
you got to sit out. It was tough to leave back then. You got to sit out another. You know, already sit out 9th grade.
I was willing to
sit out a whole year of college.
I was willing. It's just like a red shirt, because back then red shirt was looked at as all right, cool.
Yeah. So
now it's not cool.
They get to develop you for a little bit.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I was.
Well, the portal make that tough. It ain't like that right now.
Yeah, it ain't. You can't develop nothing like that. So
mentally, I don't care how mentally. I know you already had a kid. I know you had good parents. I can't take that. But mentally, I would think
I was still
that can.
Yeah.
You know, football is what you know. You already told us.
It kind of threw me off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I still knew what I wanted to get done and like what I was going.
And you already told us, cause you've been top 3 on every team since the league. So you never been pushed to the back. You never definitely had a coach that not want you.
I was like not sorry, but like
it felt like that.
I'd be walking in like one time it was after 2-day practice, bro. And we in there, and Tony Jordan looked at the coach. He said, Coach Cheetah, man, we need some Gatorade. We thirsty.
Yeah. That
man with his whole chest, bro, looked at us and said, Ahmad Black, go get everybody some Gatorade. Man.
So now it's kind of like.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
If I got them Gatorades, you got them bitches.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't finna go get everybody. Man, what this look like, man? I'll switch you, coach. And I'll walk about this and go home, bro.
I'm not going to get them.
Not going to get no Gatorades for everybody.
No.
That's not how we.
Yeah, we got equipment managers, we got trainers, we got water boys, we got everything.
And on top of that, bro, I had a better career than every single person in that room.
But
this is before that, though.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know for a fact what I'm capable of, what I can go out there and do. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not your dude boy. The only person I ever did something like that for, Rondé Barber. I'm going to carry
as a rookie. Yeah.
And I'm getting bread. So
now I remember talking to you about it, but I want the people to understand because as an athlete, and I think some people struggle with it, but I think we realistic, man. You know, we dogs. We different. If I see somebody better than me, I don't sit there and go in deny and say, "Oh, I'm better than him." The coach just
no, he better than me. I gotta go get better.
I gotta get better. Yeah, we dogs. We're gonna work harder. Now I'm gonna start showing up before you. I'm gonna start outdoing you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do something to get better than you.
I'm gonna try to figure out what your pain.
Did you feel like when Urban said that at that age, that time? I know they're coming off a national championship. Did you feel that everybody was better than you?
It ain't clicked that
everybody was better. You seen that you?
I just had to get a handle on it. I had to grasp what college football was.
Yeah.
What I was really doing with the game. Mm-hmm. And how much the game changed and how much preparation has to go into the game and how much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different.
Like, that's when you find out you can't just wake up and go play football.
Yeah, you watch a little film in high school here and I tell people all the time.
You watch a little tape or something.
You talk about detail.
Yeah. If you ain't never been taught how to watch film and they give you a tape and say, here,
people don't realize, man, I tell all the kids now, cause you're going to watch your practice. You're going to watch your one-on-ones, your 7-on-7, your inside run.
I will put in tape. to watch another team and just play it through.
Yeah.
And just if I see something, I'm like, ooh, and rewind.
Yeah, I like watching the game. Nah, you gotta study this stuff.
I'm not studying it. I'm watching it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't wrote down every formation, 11 personnel, 12 personnel. Yeah.
Now I look at film, and it's like,
yeah, dissect it.
I got the answer to every question.
Yeah, I remember, like literally, man. You can walk into a room, Sean Bunn and play at this level, so he don't understand. But Bunn, you can literally walk up to your film guys and say, "Hey, Sean Bunn, Blue Summer, I want all 21 personnel runs here. I want all 21 personnel play actions here. Yeah. I want all 21 personnel passes, straight drop back here, and they'll separate it for you, just that way." But how many times USC ran 21 personnel last season, and they'll give it to me.
But in high school,
you ain't getting all. Yeah, you got
a VHS.
Yeah, I got my VHS in the locker right there.
Yeah, and they had the name on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got that. The thing that we had to sit out for film, my boy Jordan O'Dalford. Shout out to Coach O'Dalford, man, one of my best friends in the world. He just got defensive coordinator, man, at HBCU, white guy. He played at FAMU, he played JC with me, he played high school with me. Jordan O'Dalford, bro, took his time, helped me with my grades to try to get me eligible to be, at the time, you know, it was tough cause to get clearinghouse and all that.
Yeah.
Jordan went out his way, teach me about that. Jordan went out his way to make those film for me. Everything because I didn't do the right things at first to get out. So schools coming, they want me. I was going to be the first big corner ever.
Yeah.
I was going to be the first guy that 6'1", 6'2" corner. Yeah. They weren't doing that. They were still getting 5'10" guys. Big guys go to safeties, little guys go to corner. Yeah. I was the corner, the big corner. Everybody wanted me. Growth in them, people coming to see them, but they wanted me.
All right.
South Carolina, Dave Reeves, Lou Holt's last recruiting class. Me, Roger Frazier, Grothy. I'm there. Jen Levitt, like I said, them guys, I'm there. Mark Stoops when he at Miami. I didn't have the grades. Jordan tried his best to get me right, bro. That's my guy, man. It's like, it's crazy, man. Crazy times, cuz. Ask you this. Who at Florida, talking about one of the best Florida Gators, who was your favorite college teammate?
I don't think I had a favorite. Because I fool with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
who you spend the most time with?
Probably Moses Jenkins.
Moses Jenkins.
Yeah, that's my roommate. So
yeah, that's like if you see me right now today, you see me with Nick Grisby or Rod Gold. Nick was my roommate.
Him, Marquis Anderson. I want to see Marquis next weekend. Do an event with him.
Okay.
Was my roommate. And,
Moses Jenkins, I remember that dude. He was a DB too.
Yeah. We got recruited together, so you know, we kind of started where, you know, you going to recruiting trip.
Yeah.
He was there.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And we ended up, committing.
Yeah.
Then we ended up living with each other. You know what I'm saying? To this day.
That's how me and Gold was. Gold was an All-American, U.S. All-American.
Yeah.
One of the top 50 recruits in the country coming to Arizona, so that was kind of like odd and different. He picked Arizona of all these places.
Yeah.
But I was a little older. They kind of paired us together.
Yeah, that's how
and it's kind of like we stuck together. And Nick Grizz was my roommate. He the star on the team. Him, Grunt, Folk, like, you know what I'm saying, Tua. So it's kind of like I kind of stuck. Them was my guys. So to this day, them, like, every day I talk to. Yeah. I probably talk to Grizz 20 times a day.
That's how me and Moses be.
This man can't go to work without calling. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my guy. So that's why I asked that question, man. The relationships you build in college.
They still.
It helped you in your adult life, man. So that's why I wanted to ask you that. This is a tough one. You played on a team, man. 30-plus NFL guys on the team. Who was the best player at UF when you was there?
Percy
Harvin. Freak of nature.
I ain't even gonna argue with that.
Yeah, you coming from playing with Chris right in high school, then you go to Percy Harvin, man. That's tough, Al. You done seen two of the best.
Yeah, bro.
One of the best high schoolers you'll probably see. Then you get to college.
He was just rainy on steroids.
Different.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I seen it.
You know what I mean?
I was in college at the time.
He just was different, bro.
I was number 8 in the country for like 7 weeks. So it was looking like we might have met y'all until we got a few injuries. So I know.
He was tough. I'm talking about what his whole attitude, bro, was just how he carried himself.
Yeah.
It's like he cool, but like
I met him in person a few times through y'all, but I know he was a dog on that field. It was like different seeing, bro.
Like punching your face.
I heard.
Type deal.
Seahawks know. Then he punched. Who he punched? Russell Wilson? The receiver. 16.
Yeah, Golden Tate, wasn't it?
Was it Golden Tate?
So.
Yeah, come on.
Oh no, was it Golden Tate? Lockett, but he asked, man, Golden Tate wife or something.
I mean, we'll both be in the county right now.
Yeah, what I'm trying to tell you, we gonna
big punch this face, boy.
We gonna tear it up. Oh, you hear me? But yeah, nah, P was. You know what I'm saying? He's just unbelievable, man.
Football, he's stupid.
He was nice on the court too, I think.
I seen him dunking.
Yeah.
Which is unreal because he ain't a big dude, cuz.
Nah, he about 5'11".
But he a little smaller than me when I met him. Yeah. Stocky though.
Yeah.
He got that Terrence Wilson build to him.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. The golden question, everybody wanna know. He the golden boy. How was it playing with Tim Tebow?
It was just cool.
Baby Jesus.
He just bring out the excellence, and
Yeah.
you know, he demand excellence, and he make you want to play hard.
Leader of men.
Yeah, and so like, I can't answer your questions about if he was a virgin, and I get all that. You know, I can't answer that.
I don't even ask them type of questions.
Yeah, but I can tell you that he was a really good dude, man.
Good dude. I mean, right now, you got to think, man. I tell people all the time, I don't care if something come out next year about LeBron or tomorrow. You know a good person.
Yeah.
If you can be in the spotlight, kind of how we talked about money.
Yeah.
They got this need on this kid. I'm following you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
I'm poking at you. Every time you do anything, you turn left and the sign said right. It's kind of hard to live like that, but I'm doing it. Yeah. So for Tebow, when I come out and people say I'm a virgin or I'm pushing Jesus like this, everybody know when you talk about religion, don't just got to be Jesus. It kind of get tough because people gonna bash you for it, or they gonna spotlight you for it. For Tebow, man, all these years, man, we didn't know Tebow cut for 20 years.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing came out.
Yeah.
So if one thing come out, I'm gonna still clap for Tebow.
So what, bro?
Cause hey, I'm at like 100,000. You did one thing, bro. I done did 100,000 things, bro.
He's just a good dude all the way around.
Yeah, that's what. I don't even ask those questions,
I
man.
woke up on my birthday, bro. This man already done texted me, bro.
Come on, bro. I just went to a Florida Kentucky game. Shout out to Coach Stutes and Coach Ed there, man. I went up there last year and I seen literally after y'all lost to Kentucky, AR just lost. Criticized, threw the bit pit, we put them up. I swear, man, I think we went like 20 deep. I took everybody with me. We get outside, man, this kid's still signing autographs. He's still telling them, look, playing catch with fans. Everybody gone and mad. All the Florida fans done cuss people out. They gone. Man, he out there playing catch with kids.
This is something they gonna remember.
Yeah, it's like, bro, there's some good people out there.
You gotta find a way to be different.
I know how much people love Tebow compared to this. I just seen AR lose at Florida. I'm thinking they ready to kill this kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, AR, you just threw it. I'm talking right to the corner on a little 5 yard out. And bro, they still like, you got those kids still loving him. He out there. He ain't drop his head or nothing.
That was what I like about AR. He always went out there and like had a good attitude about himself.
Yeah. So I know how they felt about Tebow at that time. Like, come on, bro. Then Tebow, you don't go and do nothing all these years, bro. I got to salute, bro.
I seen the man out 2 times.
Cause if he, like I said,
that was before he won the house.
Tebow might get 3 strikes with me, bro. I'ma still say he loves Jesus. He's still this. He's still that, man. Like, I can't ask those questions because I don't judge people, but I do gotta ask you this. All right, tough question. I don't want to answer myself. Who the better quarterback? Tim Tebow, Cam Newton, Lamar Jackson.
They all got different abilities to where, you know what I mean? Like Cam gonna be probably the pound for pound, like biggest, fastest, strongest dude, and he gonna do whatever he need to do.
If you start a team, you taking Cam first? NFL team.
No.
Who you taking first?
Lamar
Jackson.
So
Lamar won then. If you're a GM, your job on the line, you take Lamar.
I'm taking Lamar and then Cam and then Tebow.
Okay.
Tebow is probably the least talented out of all of them three,
Football-wise.
but he is he's just a bona fide winner.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Leader, man.
Yeah.
Different breed.
Yeah.
Never gonna give you trouble.
Yeah.
Easy to follow. If I'm speaking it, I'm gonna do it so you can follow me.
So in the NFL,
yeah.
I'm Lamar Jackson. College, I'm picking Tebow first. I'm not even questioning that.
You need Tebow because
Yeah,
at that means something at that age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In college, in NFL, dudes just trying to get a check.
Nah. I know you done played with Tebow. We done had this discussion. You told me yourself at one point now. When Tebow was Tebow, you came home on the same stoop we talked about an hour ago and said,
we
got a guy better than Tim Tebow on the team. Now for me, it's hard to believe that at the time. Tim Tebow.
Nah, because he really... So you got to know that Cam is... I don't know if we're going to say bigger. He's taller.
6'5".
Yes.
250.
Because Tebow arms like...
Tebow,
and his legs.
yeah.
But Cam ain't small, though.
You a big dude. I hosted Cam on a recruiting trip. You know that, right?
Yeah.
From Blaine College.
Okay.
Yeah. Me, Sterlo, RP Sterlo, he went to Blaine. Herman Hall, our center, he went to Blaine. And Travis Carr, receiver at Arizona.
Okay.
We hosted Cam after they played Dominique, hometown Kathleen. Yeah, they played them in the national championship. Us 4 JC guys, we hosted them. Obviously, they was Blaine guys. But I was one of the main hosts for any scout. You know, the students mess with me. So me and Mike Turner, we pretty much did anybody that came through that was big name.
Mike Turner, running back?
Mike, not that one, not the offensive kid. We had a DB named Mike Turner. So we had Mike Thomas, who you talking about, played with the Jazz.
What's the cat names for Falcons, the running back? Mike Turner?
Not him. Nah, we had a Mike Turner from Cali.
One time.
That boy was tough. That was tough.
Yeah, man.
So I had Cam. That was a big dude, bro. I remember everywhere we took Cam and how we tried to convince that boy. But I ain't just saying this. Cam Newton, this man have been MVP of the league.
Yeah.
One of my favorite guys. Actually, people tell you, I named him Cam Newton here in Lakeland. Cam Newton was my favorite player until Lamar Jackson, my favorite footballer. That's what I say.
See, Lamar,
my favorite footballer. Nah, but Cam Newton, I argue for that boy against anybody.
I had to play against Cam as a rookie. You know, we went in the same year, and we was in the same division.
Yeah.
He was at the Panthers. And my second interception, I picked off Cam in the league.
That's what's up.
But my
Cam was different.
Yeah, he was mad at me after the game.
Man, we had Nick Foles, so I remember the boosters and coach them. They wanted us to get scammed, but the players, man, kind of like how you feel about Tebow, cause we had Nick Foles on scout team.
So y'all weren't trying to mess with Cam?
I wasn't really convinced.
About Cam?
I had talked to you. These guys from Blinn, you know, they wanted him. I know he was a guy.
But you don't really know what you're gonna get.
It wasn't even that. I didn't care about the trouble. I was a trouble kid. None of that bothered me.
You don't know what you're gonna get as far as football because
I just seen Nick Foles annihilate us.
Yeah.
He was on scout team because people don't know Nick Foles come from Michigan State.
Right.
Nick Foles was 80 yards than us. The length of the practice field every day, all day. We couldn't stop this man.
I think I wrote you until you said something about I ain't know Nick Foles went out there.
Man, cuz this man was so real.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like, why do we care to get this 6'5" guy when I know this 6'5" guy can do it? And obviously Nick proved himself. He got the touchdown record still in the NFL, 7 in the game, for the Super Bowl, won Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
He ain't Cam Newton.
But
he Nick Foles.
Yeah, he Nick Foles.
But I played with a guy who you know from Tampa. He bought a house in Tampa. You met him outside of me. I played with Grunt in college.
Yeah.
You played with Chico. They played together. Arguably two of the best tight ends to ever touch the NFL.
For sure. They played on the same team. So
that was different.
Yeah.
Who you think better?
They're different, bro. I think Hernandez is more versatile as far as like you can put him at running back and all that shit.
Athlete.
Yeah. And I think Gronk he flat out what you expect as tight end to be.
Yeah.
He's gonna block, he's gonna catch passes,
He gonna be tough. He can get in there and block your best defensive end.
Yeah.
No pass rusher and all that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Chico couldn't do that, but Chico more of a
He
need the ball.
He was like a tweener to me. He could have been a receiver.
Yeah.
And got a
mismatch basically everywhere you go. So.
That's what's up. Do you think your 2008 Florida Gators, national champions, is the best college team ever? Now you got Florida State 2013. You got them guys with all the NFL guys. You got 2005 USC's. Do you think y'all the best team ever?
Nah.
Who you like? Best team ever. It's tough, y'all.
2001 Miami.
01 Miami?
01 Miami. 05. You got 05 Texas.
You like Texas over SC?
You got 05 Texas. You got 04 USC.
It's kind of hard when people say that because Texas beat SC now in 05.
And they secondary was tough.
I just think, man,
And they had a squad, bro.
I think USC did a lot of bonehead stuff, man. Reggie Bush.
Yeah, then you
I gotta call Reggie Bush out. He been selling Nick Saban out, my favorite coach of all time. Yeah, man, Reggie Bush, you the reason y'all lost the national championship. He pitched the ball back, just stupid stuff, bro. This the natty. This is the game. You got to do everything right.
And he was playing, but they had like defense though. They had like all the dudes like Matthews,
they had
and
all the
Cushion and Mal. They had Rabbi Logan on their team.
I was in Cali.
Yeah, they had a squad.
Them dudes was different.
They had a squad. And
I had to hit a Cali dude, so I was happy they lost because I was in Cali at the time. I ain't want to hit none of that.
Yeah, right.
They had some dudes.
Yeah, right.
I think that team was one of the best rosters put together. Shout out to Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to USC practice at the time. I was in junior college. We would go out there. We'd see all the celebrities. Them dudes went hard, bro. I can't take that from Reggie Bush. Like, he wasn't a star. The couple times I went, I ain't gonna say a couple, I probably went to 8 or 9 open practice. Bro, he practiced every time. You would think stars don't want to practice, this dude, I'm talking about Pete Carroll's style was, this drill starts here, so inside run here, 7 on here, 1-on-1s here, and Pete Carroll sprinting, and they on the horns everywhere. But it ain't just go to this station to this one. No, cause all 120 guys sprinting here. I never seen that dude behind. I never seen the stars behind. It was full. Everybody was going hard. So I got to give Reggie that.
That's what make you a champion, bro.
They was different.
That you ain't really technically supposed to.
I just didn't like Reggie trying to call my boy out, man. My boy Nick Saban the GOAT, man. Don't do him like that, man. How do you feel? I know you kind of mentioned NIL a little bit earlier, but how do you feel about the transfer portal? Like you said, like I told you at the time when Urban said that about you, there wasn't no transfer portal. You couldn't go and play right away. You would have had to sit out. How you feel about that, and how you feel about NIL?
It's all deserved, man. These kids get an opportunity too, because sometimes you don't make the best decision. And we get mad at these kids and talking about commitment, but I ain't people saying that marriage and divorce. You know what I mean? As an example, these coaches can get up and leave when they want to leave. I think the kids should have the opportunity to do it too. We just gotta get a little better handle on how things are going, so it ain't so wild west type feeling, you know what I mean? But I think
because the coaches and ADs been wild west.
Yeah, they've been wild west.
100 years.
And like we got the coach at Florida, I think the linebacker coach, Bateman. I think he just left and he ain't even tell nobody.
Cause you can be at practice and your coach. I had it happen to me. Yeah. You can be at practice and you see it on social media or whatever. Especially nowadays, we was just getting to the social media era, but your coach going here. And we didn't even know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's what Charlie did.
Your AD leaving. Like, that's just stuff you didn't even know back then. Now the kids are in the same playing field, and that's why it seemed like a problem. Or when you talk about NIL, how you feel about that?
But also, when we say, hey, we want these kids to receive NIL.
Yeah.
But then also we want these coaches to be able to talk to these kids about when they're leaving. Yeah. You can't have both. You can't want to be a pro. Then when they treat you like a pro, you get upset.
Yeah, you get upset.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if we're gonna get the NIL, if we're gonna treat these kids like business, then we gotta keep it business. Yeah. You can't be getting mad at me or the coaches, you know what I'm saying, if they want to decide to leave. Yeah. Because you decided to commit here and they're leaving.
I've always, like I said, when I got to college, I know you went as a kid, 17, 18-year-old. I went from junior college. I sat out I had a kid already. My mindset was a lot different. This was a second chance at life for me. I knew that was my only shot. It was either that or do something crazy and go downhill. So I kind of studied what was going on with the adults, the coaches, the ADs, the compliance people. Like I said, I paid attention to everything.
Yeah.
So before it was NIL, before we had the transfer portal, I kind of already understood that the adults had the upper hand.
Right.
I seen they was making money off of us. I seen that an AD and a coach can leave at any time. And they didn't care about the kids.
But also, a lot of people don't know too that these kids signing 1-year deals in school.
That's what I was gonna get to. I seen that they can let a kid go off of that scholarship, especially basketball. Being in Arizona, these guys come in. You don't pan out, I'm not renewing you. I'm going after the next recruit. And the kids didn't have that same playing ground. So when I heard about the portal and I heard about NIL, I was actually like happy, but it was like a dilemma because I was kind of like, no, I don't know if it's gonna hinder these kids, man. To give a kid $500,000 at 18, $1 million.
But also, it ain't.
Everybody can't handle like
But
LeBron
also,
did.
they ain't doing NIL.
Yeah,
Let's start there. They're doing pay for play.
that's what it is.
It's pay for play. It's not, and they're just naming it NIL. Like NIL is something like, hey, I got this restaurant and I want you to be my.
They ain't even doing that.
They ain't doing that, bro.
Yeah.
That's what.
We had the fake NILs in college.
That's what it's intended for.
We had fake NILs. Bond. These people coming in, you had the fake NILs. That's all I'm gonna say.
You gotta do something different.
I ain't gonna get nobody in there. We had fake NILs, man. All right, just like high school, man. Give you 30 seconds. Put it on the clock, Blue Summers. Top 5 college players ever. Now, this don't have to be Florida. This could be ever.
Barry Sanders.
Hold on now, cuz. I got to go back to meet, man. You ain't see Barry Sanders in college? I'm older than you.
You trying to say, who I seen with my own eyes?
Who is black?
All right.
Top 5.
Okay, cool. Adrian Peterson.
Oh, definitely him.
Peter Ward.
I used to babysit with him. With my wife. She
Percy.
got paid
Percy
for it. I was just there. Percy. So AP, Pete, Percy. I would like the P. Pushing P.
That's 3. All right. You got it. And I know everybody loves Sean Taylor, but Ed Reed.
Ed Reed was definitely him.
You know that's gonna be. I'm trying to see how to got there, because you know that's gonna be my number 1.
That's just this your last one.
Yeah. So when you got Tim,
Arguably the best college career ever.
Yeah, and you can say it don't look good, but the man could have won the Heisman 3 times. Literally. He probably should have won it. The only reason he didn't win it the second time is because we lost to Bama. If we beat Bama,
he get it.
He won it.
He had one of the best, man. Man scored 56 or 58 times. I can't get the exact number, but it's one of those numbers. 4,000 plus yards, national champion. I ain't giving the other one. That's Chris Lee, and we ain't gonna argue about that because I already know you're gonna try to give it to him. We done been here before. I'm gonna give him his one. He was the guy. I'm gonna give Chris Lee his, but bro, 56 times, cut.
This man threw for like 400 yards, and he rushed for like 100 or something. And he had 8 passing and 8 rushing touchdowns.
I can't get him that, cut.
But watch this. You can't give him that.
I can give him just like everybody else.
All right, look, watch this, and then we're gonna be done with it. He had more yards his freshman year than a lot of them dudes y'all said y'all was missing when y'all lost to Georgia by 60. We ain't gonna say no name, but like a couple of them running backs and tight ends who y'all had in that depth chart crossed out because y'all said y'all ain't had these people.
It ain't
Tebow
that
was way more productive than all of them people that
No. It ain't that he didn't, because you know me, because I'm a real sports guy. You know me, and Bonnie tell you.
All right.
And I talk to you about high school sports as a coach and Little League. I'm attention to detail, so everything matters to me. What you wear,
But listen,
what you say, how you show up.
A couple of those passing touchdowns and a couple of those runs,
they were big.
Won't even happen with Chris Lee in the game.
Cause you can talk about Tebow, the Tebow play, the play we named
Not
out
even
there.
just that one.
That was a big.
You got a fourth and 2 against Tennessee.
And he went for 17 yards.
Yeah, you got a 4th and 1 against Tennessee. You got, I mean,
I remember them plays.
A plethora. I mean, LSU, he threw it to Lewis Murphy. That don't happen if they don't think he finna run
I remember
the ball.
y'all was up big and y'all ended up losing, but Tebow second half was major. I ain't taking that away, but I can never give the backup the glory because
I ain't saying he was. You got to start a temp. You got to Chris Lee.
I got to get that to the. I got to give it to the starter.
When that man sit home, bro, I'm telling you right now, no disrespect to Chris Lee at all.
Oh, he better than Chris Lee. Ain't no doubt.
Listen, Chris Lee.
He could have started that whole year
without Tebow there. I don't care how you want to spend. That's why with dudes like Brandon Solomon, like them dudes was good.
Yeah,
I get it, bro.
But Tim Tebow, he was a part, but I can't give it to him.
If Percy them don't come in there, you will never hear. You would never even hear nothing about no Siler. You won't never hear nothing about.
I can't give Tim Tebow that. You won't never hear nothing about.
Well, that's where we at with it. But you won't even hear about these dudes if that class don't go in there.
No, man. You got to at least. I'll say you at least have to account for 40 to 50% of the offense to get recognition for, because look, they ain't doing that for no other backup. They ain't doing that for no other backup, cuz. In history.
Listen to me.
Okay, hold on.
If Chris Lee wasn't prolific how he was passing the ball, he don't even start that year. They couldn't just bring Tim Tebow in there and put him.
Yeah, because Chris Lee acted like he couldn't run, but he
wasn't even like that, bro. But they had not been so loyal to the man, bro.
Yeah, they had
to.
They had to play.
And then he eventually turned it around.
Tim Tebow did some good stuff. I gotta say he was a part, but I can't give him the whole cause he get one natty just like Cam Newton, man.
All right.
Two best college careers I done seen personally, and I'm a Florida State fan. I'm an Arizona guy. Tim Tebow, Cam Newton. Now that's stats. They won it all. Kind of how you said with Lakeland. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't even win, so I can't. So I got to put Tebow up there. But people don't realize Cam Newton played with a 7th round draft pick on offense and a 1st round draft pick on defense. So they are the only 3 draft picks
but
on that team. 3 draft picks, and this ain't.
Yeah, but all right. So then, all right, cool.
Tim Tebow played with 32 of y'all.
Yes. But now you gonna tell me this man ain't great because who he had no control over playing with?
I'm not saying he's not great. I'm not the critic. I'm not. I done told y'all Tim Tebow get 3 strikes with me. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I can't put him up there.
I just don't see Tim Tebow on Auburn and doing that same thing.
Exactly. Okay, that's it. As long as we can agree on that.
I give you that. You can't put.
Come on, man. I can't take nothing for Tebow.
You ain't put
I go to Florida right now and play quarterback at 08.
Yeah.
Right now, cuz. I'm going to rush for at least 2,500.
It's going to be so
I'm going to fade Percy this way, fade Hernandez, fade.
Yeah, the Rainy.
Come on. Who can. Yeah, when we go on film, cuz, we knew, if we start LaMichael James, this will happen.
Yeah.
You cannot do that against Florida. First off, the genius of Urban Meyers and his offense with Dan Mullen and them guys did it at Utah, out there. They're geniuses. Then you got all these guys, who went to the pros. That's the Mecca. People don't realize. I know who went pro for my teams. I know this the best of the best. This ain't no fluke when you talking about NFL and NBA.
Yeah.
I don't care what a bitch say.
Them dudes good, bro.
These good guys.
Them dudes good. Yeah.
So I know what it takes. Mm-hmm. These dudes want to have better careers than Tebow.
Yeah.
You talking about all pro linemen, all pro DBs, all pro tight ends and receivers.
It's just he was in, he
was in a great. I cannot take away from what he was. He did what he was supposed to do, and he excelled at it.
Exactly.
Some people could have been average and been what they call a game manager. Yeah. No, I'm not a game manager. I'm a ball player. He went overboard.
He did.
But I try to tell people that's why I got Lamar as the best footballer, and then Cam, then Tebow because of that.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Last but not least, man, NFL, the mecca of them all, the best of the best, top league, most viewed. People say it's not global sport. All these other sports global. But the statistics this year in 2023, we just got a 2023 season, just showed NFL is the most viewed sport in America and multiple countries. You made it to that level.
People ain't watching baseball like they used to.
No,
People
man, it's dying out.
Yeah, they watch basketball and they're gonna watch football.
They trying to build those to global. NFL can go to another country
and then sell out the whole.
It sell out instantly. If you don't be there on time, you ain't getting a ticket in London.
They're gonna sell out, and then now you starting to see with social media, that's kids picking up those sports in other countries, like the little African dude that's trying to play DB and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, you got a plethora of different other people that's trying to pick up the sport and do what they see on TV and try to innovate that.
Especially over there, them punters and stuff, man, coming from the Reds. Them guys.
A lot of them be coming from New Zealand and
Australia kids. That's where they going to the academies.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, man. You went to the top. When did you get drafted? And how was that experience?
So I got drafted 4/30/11. I ain't gonna never forget that date.
Yeah.
You know, April 30th, 2011. And then got drafted to my favorite team. It's a team I grew up liking.
Childhood team. That's crazy.
And everybody, you know, the people who never played is the only ones who say it. But like people who never played, they'll be like, "Oh, you only played 3 years." I made a 53-man roster 3 times.
3 days in the NFL is good.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I got teammates who got 3 or 4 days and got cut in. Yeah. I give them their credit. Yeah, you got to try.
So I played three seasons in the league. I mean, I don't know what else. You know what I mean? I done played against some
people can't do that.
I done played against Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady a bunch of times, Cam Newton. You know.
You say you got drafted April 2011?
Yeah.
What round you got drafted?
So I got drafted 5th round.
5th round.
So I came out, you know, whatever circumstances is, man. I'm not big, I'm not fast. They drafted probably like 6 safeties before me, even though I was a second safety. Supposed to be coming off the board, which is, at the end of the day, man, I'm just blessed to even have the opportunity.
Yeah.
To, you know.
I was going to say that because we didn't get into it with the college part, but kind of like with high school, if you go off the numbers, run down the numbers, college picks.
So I'm going to tell you this. Eric Berry went number 6 overall.
In the same draft?
No.
Oh.
In the year before me.
2010 draft?
Okay. 6 overall in the whole draft. And we got the same exact numbers.
Y'all got the same numbers?
Yeah, Google it. The same exact numbers.
How many picks you had in college?
13.
13. How many tackles?
2 callbacks, so I'm supposed to be 15. And I'm supposed to be school record 15.
And you got 2 that were taken off the.
I picked 6 Mississippi State and I picked out Arkansas.
And they called them back.
Yeah.
So if you get them, that's Florida record.
Florida record.
Same kind of high school.
Yeah.
They combine the schools.
You know
26
I mean?
is
so
kind of record.
I ain't really tripping about it. You know what I'm saying? I think I had 245 tackles.
College career.
Yeah. I think I had like 14 tackles for loss. I had 3 touchdowns, really 4. Got 1 call back. If that touchdown don't get called back, I'm all time leading touchdown, pick 64.
Also in school.
So that's why I say I don't brag or nothing like that.
But
you know what I mean?
The facts are the facts.
You know, facts is facts, and I just kind of like
any all SEC teams.
Yeah, so I was all SEC 3 times.
Okay.
So I was first team in 2010. I think I was second or third team 2009, and I was second team 2008.
Okay.
I was first team All-American 2010. And that's crazy because you think about it, you know, you got 2 safeties starting on every team.
Yeah.
It's probably 6 or 8 on every team.
Yeah.
At the max. Yeah, probably.
And I'm first team.
And I'm first team. So you got 135 D1 schools or something like that. 135 times 8.
Yeah.
And I was in the top 2.
Yeah. I remember it was going back and forth, like, because I got a relationship, like I said, with my guy Gold. Me and Gold was like this in college. Him and Raheem Morris, it was like this. So I remember
Raheem was real good, and I trained with him. I ain't gonna get
he
him on the map, bro. Sorry, behind Tennessee, he got 3 picks.
Yeah, he was up there with you, and then I remember me and you.
Yeah.
For weeks, we was taught PBU in the country, so it's like you was taught PBU, taught interception. And it was kind of crazy because I'm in the car every day with this dude. This his boy.
Raheem.
Yeah, man. I'm like, yeah.
though. I love Raheem.
I remember you just messed with him like, bro, I got like 12 PBUs. Cuz got like 12.
Yeah.
Cuz got like 6 picks, 5 or 6 picks.
Yeah.
Raheem got 5 or 6, and then y'all start climbing to like the 8s and 9s. I can't remember where it ended. Getting a little old, but I remember that, man. And it's
that was cool to just even be around him because, you know, that's the opportunity I was able to have, was to be able to train with some of the dudes who they say the best.
Yeah, he was the stud, man. Yeah. He was more of a Dion type at safety. He wanted the ball. He wasn't coming like, I know you was coming down with them tackles. You gonna tackle. You gonna get your nose dirty. He ain't went on all that. I remember playing against. You know, we in the same conference. We in the Pac-10 together. He went on all that. I remember watching him because I'm gonna watch who they considering the best. You know, at what I do. So he was definitely good. I can never take that from that kid, man. But all right, we're gonna get, like I said, these can go quick. NFL, what you spent your first check on?
Man, shit. It depending on what first we talking about. Because before
First NFL check, like direct, that Tuesday check, that first real NFL check. Not from an agent or advance.
I got a I'm talking about I was at the house and I'm laying in the bed and I got a call and I'm like, damn, who is the front desk calling? I'm like, what's going on? They was like, hey, you got a package down here. And I'm like, oh, okay. Usually when I get a package, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think it's a car. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's your first purchase, a car?
I got a Range Rover.
The white one.
Yeah.
I remember the white one. I remember the white one with the fur top.
Yeah,
sir. I definitely remember that. Okay.
So I got the white with the black interior. And it was cool, man. It just got, you know.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It got to be too much.
We had some nights of that one.
Yeah,
I-4, east to west,
man.
Tampa, Orlando,
Stretching
and
it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we going back and forth, man. But
if you got drafted April 2024, 13 years later, what would you buy? First check. Nothing. Save your money.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna ask you that. What would you do different?
Yeah, you kind of gotta. Yeah. But you know, I get it, bro. You this is what you dream of when you a kid.
Gotta get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you
22 years old.
And then you turn for 22 years. You think about what you gonna get.
Yeah.
And when that 22nd year come and you get that check, you can tell me till the cows come home. You ain't buying nothing. You gonna buy something.
You gonna buy something.
So.
What's the difference? NFL. You played at Florida, so you talking top of the line, top of the line equipment, top of the line gear. What was the difference between the league? You getting paid now, but you still getting the same kind of.
Nah, so like in college, our school was sponsored by Nike. In the league, I was sponsored by Nike.
Yeah, so it's
different. So like now I can go in here and get whatever Jordans I want.
You can go online and order it with your account.
Yeah, whatever I want. And then on top of that, everybody in here ain't getting all the Nike gloves because this might be sponsored by Reebok. This one might be sponsored by Adidas. This one might be sponsored by Under Armour. And then so I'm getting like all the new gloves, all the new cleats every game. You see what I'm saying?
No matter what.
No matter what, I'm getting 3 pair of gloves a game and all that. And I ain't gotta go to the equipment man about no socks.
Yeah.
Cause you want to give me one Nike check socks, and I need 3. I need to show 4 checks. You feel me?
Now I didn't ask you this because I know Urban said that about you publicly, but I know y'all probably hindered that amended that relationship rather. Yeah. And obviously you went on to be one of the greatest Gators ever, in my opinion. Obviously he redacted or retracted that statement because he ended up letting you be a starter. No matter what, DB, coach, coordinators, at the end of the day, that depth chart has to go through Urban Myers.
Right.
And he approved it.
Right.
And you played 3 seasons for him. So I didn't ask that. But in the NFL, when you got drafted, who was your coach and what was your relationship like with that coach?
So I got drafted by Raheem.
Raheem Morris?
Yeah. And it was really cool, man, because we was kind of the same person.
Yeah, young black dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Young head coach at the time.
Yeah. So and then like we just everywhere we would go, like a Senior Bowl or Combine, even the airport a few times. I would see this dude, you know what I'm saying? And then I got drafted to him. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. I was seeing this dude a lot. And every time we go places, they would request me to have an interview. You know
That's what's up.
Just trying to read me and fill me out.
Do you feel like you fit at the time, his system.
Absolutely, because they had Tanar Jackson, which he wasn't big.
Yeah.
For real. He was just a ball player. You see what I'm saying? And then he got fired after my rookie year. So once he got fired, shoot, it kind of like
made sense.
Yeah. You know.
Okay. Play with a legend, bro. I just met him in person. I mean, I met him when I was a kid, actually. I remember when Boys and Girls Club, first NFL game, took me to the Bucks Lions when Barry annihilated the Bucks. I had on a Nicholson jersey or Brooks. I forgot which one they gave me, and then they gave my guy from my projects, Kenny Joe, the Barry Sanders jersey. I wanted the Barry jersey. But yeah, I never forget. They both was to our knees. They was like the adult largest, but you know, it's Boys Club. We was grateful from the projects. We was happy. We was stoked. But I met Rondé then as a kid, obviously. But as an adult, this last year, 2023, just like 2 months ago, my wife had an event. She was receiving an award. He was I don't even think he was the keynote. Yeah, he was the keynote. He was one of the top guys, one of the top speakers, and I met him in person. Yeah. Seemed like a genuine dude, good dude. How was it playing with a legend like Rondé, bro?
It was cool because I watched him when they won the Super Bowl. He made a great play against Philly. I was in the 7th grade or 8th grade. And, to see him do all that, you know what I mean, and then still have an opportunity to play with him for 2 years.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Pro's pro, bro. Yeah, like no trouble from Rondé.
Yeah, he came to work every day like he was a rookie. He prepared like a rookie.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of like learned from him. It's like no matter how long you have in the game, you still got to prepare like it's your first day.
Outside of Rondé, any other legends you played with in Tampa that you would say you learned a lot from?
Just playing with Revis a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Revis was definitely
Mason Foster was another one of my favorites. That's my boy to this day.
I forgot about Revis with the Bucks at the time, man. Like, cause Revis wasn't going out with us like that.
We had Deshaun Golston too.
I remember Golston. We was going out with Golston.
He would try to teach us teach me obviously how to be a pro and just how to take care of your body. And like, even though Golston had a couple years before me, he came in before me. He still going back in his career, but still taking care of his body how he was supposed to before practice, after practice, and stuff.
Revis was big. I didn't even realize. I didn't think about that, man, because like Revis wasn't just the face of a franchise. You talking about a dude. There's a difference between being the face of a franchise and the face of the NFL. I would say Revis at one point was a top 5 in the NFL.
Literally.
Like,
he was number 1 corner.
Yeah. Like, people was really talking about this dude. Like, it was a segment about Revis almost every day. Revis Island this, Revis that for a while. So I forgot all about Revis being there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I played with 2 Hall of Famers.
What you learned, you know, as far as life, what can you take from being around them type of dudes who obviously, you know, put the work in, made it to the top, and excel? What can you take from that and apply it to life now?
Just them type of guys just train different. They wired a little bit different. You know, people say like people like Saban and Belichick and like Irvin, like they wired differently, and they weird, and they're not weird. It's just they want to win more than the average person, because naturally your body don't want to do that. Yeah. Naturally your body want to do what it can to reach that point where it's like, all right, let me turn around. I'm gonna change my mind.
Gotcha.
The winners and the ones who wired differently gonna keep going beyond that.
Gotcha.
And the average person gonna think that they weird, but they really not. They just got that desire to win so bad, bro. You see what I'm saying? So just a desire to compete is what I learned from them, and to prepare. And that's what's gonna take you over the top every time.
A lot of people think making it to the top, NBA, NFL, MLB, is all about the money, the fame, and things like that. They don't understand it's actually a grind, it's a job that pays you for your livelihood, and it change your life, your family life, whether you play 3 years or 20 years. Yeah. To get away from it all, while you in that position at the top of the totem pole, what did you do for downtime to like get away from it, clear your mind?
I play the game, bro.
Video game?
Yeah, I play video games and just try to take my mind off stuff as far as like, you know, when like school or work, when you're not in it, that's part of your mental. Is to be able to be well-rounded with thinking of other things besides just that one state of mind. And, you know, things like a video game, which I don't really like saying video game because
I do that to take my mind off stuff, and I be done broke the controller because they cheating.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So but just some of this things gonna wind you down.
Gotcha.
Whether that's reading a book, whether that's watching your favorite TV show, whether that's on the computer, listening to music, or whatever the case may be. Some people like to clean up. Whatever it is, I feel like that'll help with our mental state.
Gotcha. And then adversity at that level, anything you would say to guys in college or high school who are inspiring right now to make it to the top?
Yeah.
What would you tell them to avoid? Because obviously when you're at the peak, like we were saying about Kamani and people like that, there's always that person or them people poking at you. What would you tell them to avoid or stay away from?
I don't want to sound like that person, bro, but it's social media.
Yeah.
Because you got to understand, social media is filled with a bunch of people who don't really have nothing going for themselves. I'm not saying everybody on there don't have nothing going for themselves, but it's filled with a lot of people who don't. And the way our mental is set up, like I keep mentioning, is that regardless if somebody say something and you don't feel a certain way about it, you're gonna think about it. And, you're gonna, if it really hit you, you're gonna think about it.
Gotcha.
Was I really like that? Oh, you know what I mean? And now we didn't have to deal with social media, so now these kids have to deal with social media. It's a little bit different, man, because that's just an extra element of negativity that's thrown at them.
Gotcha.
So kind of stay out that, man, and just stay on your grind. Everything that you want to do right now, I promise you, if you want to go to the league, if you want to go pro, you're going to have ample opportunity to do.
Gotcha.
You're going to have ample opportunity to party. 10 times better. You're going to have ample opportunity to see girls or boys. Way better looking. You know what I mean? And you're going to have ample opportunity for all of those things if you just stay focused in college.
Gotcha. And then you have it to where, like I said, everybody want to make it to the top, but they don't realize what it takes. And then when that's over, a lot of people can't cope with that ending. What advice? Well, I ask you first, why did you stop at 3 years?
It wasn't just me. A lot of it was me. Just my preparation. Once I got cut, man, it just was, I was just doing stuff I wasn't really supposed to do. Trying to find myself, again, mentally, was mentally unstable. With trying to be someone that I wasn't. Instead of just trying to just get back, man, and do the stuff that got me there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I already had, I wasn't blessed with being the biggest, being the fastest. You know what I mean? So I was already behind the gauntlet already, just with that, and then I
can't really have no errors because you already
start making more errors instead of just closing the gap on the gap that I already had in front of me. So, if that's what you want to do, man, you can't. That's something you can't fake it till you make it, because you're gonna look in the mirror and every day when you wake up, you're gonna look in the mirror, bro, and you're gonna see if you really want to do this or you don't.
Yeah.
And you can't lie to your own self. You can lie to everybody else, you can't lie to your own self.
If you could change it all right now, 2024, I think we on what, Bun? January something, middle of January, 14th. If you could change it, what would you do differently?
Oh man, I say I'll lock in a little bit more.
Okay.
Just I wish I had I had guys on my team. Maybe get drafted to a different team where it was away from home and whatnot. A lot of things at home that was driving me to come back to Lakeland, which I love coming back home.
Yeah.
So you the man, everybody gonna pat you on the back, and who don't want that?
People don't realize, man. People who on the other side of the country or from somewhere else.
30 minutes. I got drafted
30 minutes. Like right now from my house, we in Lakeland, Florida. We in Central Florida. I can get to Buck Stadium in 28 minutes from right here in Lakeland.
Right here, bro. From right here. So I used to come
Airport, 35 minutes.
I used to come here and get my hair cut on Fridays.
Yeah.
It's Fast Friday, so you get out at 12.
Yeah. Come to games. You home.
Going to the high school games.
Being in the pros, and you're a hometown hero, hometown legend, and you in the NFL, and you right here. You at home.
I was coming home, bro. So maybe that. Doing a little bit more things again, like to signify that I was a pro and not just some dude that just.
Yeah. At the time, at that age, you didn't realize where you were at.
Nah.
Yeah.
I went out a lot. Drank a lot and did the stuff that
really don't do.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
Yeah, so I wish I would have never. Really
But it came with the lifestyle, so you felt like
what
you
I
had
mean?
to.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it though, so I don't have no real drawback.
So like you said, you played 3 years in the NFL. I played Power 5. I didn't go to NFL.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not easy, and I know that.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah. So I will say I want you to do one thing for me. It's more of a request. It's not a question. We have a lot of kids nowadays that we're around, and ones we're not around that may see this video. If you can get them any advice from Ahmad Black, local legend here in Lakeland, Florida, one of the top high school coaches and programs ever, Lakeland DREADNAUGHT, Bill Castle, played for Urban Myers at University of Florida, one of the greatest college teams ever in my opinion. Played for the Buccaneers. These guys have won multiple Super Bowls, and this guy has played, and at each level, he's been one of the top guys. So hear him out. If he has something for you guys, take into consideration. If you're trying to make it to that level, whether it's in sports or, you know, in any career that you choose, what advice would you give them mentally, financially, or anything you have? I want to give you this chance to let them know.
First of all, you're gonna start, you know, even before you get to the pro levels. Everywhere you go before you get pro is academics. Academically, everything. The academics, it dictates everything else off the field.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know, that decides if your freedom is free. That decides if you take this class or not. That decides if you graduate earlier. That decides if, you know what I mean? Yeah. And once you get the academics down, man, just stay your mental state. If something got you there, just stay the course of that.
Got you.
Don't try to be something that you're not, because at the end of the day, what you doing is probably the cool thing to do anyway.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tell my daughter all the time, you know, she's 12, and I'm like, you know, the cool thing that you think is cool right now is not. Like, shouting out of class and all that. Like, as an adult, that's goofy.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, obviously do the right things. Listen to your parents or your person that's, you know, supervising you and whatnot.
Got you.
That has parental guidance over you. And you know, adults for the most part, they don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. At an age where you're still learning, you don't know a lot. So just learn as much as you can. Be a sponge.
Yeah.
And that's what makes us unique. Is when we learn from different places and take and grasp little tidbits and make our own person. So.
Got you. Well, man, I want to definitely appreciate you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
First episode, Local Legends, none other than the Ahmad Black. Total legend to me, man. One of the best to ever do it at the position that I pride myself in saying that I played. I look up to this young man. He's younger than me, but hats off to him. Salute to him. One of the best ever, man. We appreciate you, man. And
So,
it was a pleasure, baby.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
For sure. Cuz got me drinking on you. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I've been along, but
We straight.
they say an hour to like an hour 15, but.